Bill Hammerstrom here with WJER Sports, and I'm with Tuscarawas Central Catholic coach Casey Cummings. His team takes on Fisher Catholic today. Coach, we're putting last week's game in the rear view, but what did your team learn against Conotton Valley?
Look, last week was a learning situation for our football team. You know, we had a lot of guys out. You know, we dressed 15. 4 of those guys as freshmen. We knew we were up against it going in there, and you know, our roster's starting to fill back up. Okay, so we knew we had to get some guys coming back. We had to get a couple guys with their acclimation days. They weren't clear to go. You know, and you know, last week we just didn't have any speed. You know, we played starting defensive tackle. Hollywood Bolin was playing defensive back for us because we just didn't have the bodies to move, and he was the most talented one out of the bunch. So now he's back up on the D line, speed in the back end. So we should be a little different.
How many are you dressing today?
I think it's 19. Nathan Pugh has got a soccer match tonight. He plays for Philly, and that's his first. You know, but he's starting to love this, I think, just as much. And we'll have him the rest of the season, I believe. So we'll be out with him. But other than that, I believe we got 19 dressed tonight.
So last year you had a big win over Fisher Catholic. What are you looking for this game?
Well, they got a lot of guys back. We knew this. Look, this team, they're dying for a win right now, and you know, they think that we're there to be had. You know, so this is going to be interesting. They got a good quarterback. They got a tremendous wide receiver by the name of O'Reilly. So T County fans might remember a guy by the name of J.J. O'Reilly was, I think, Big Ten Runner of the Year for Ohio State, and he's the father. And number 5 over there also is a son of his, I believe. So, and so. You know, they're pretty good on the outside. They've made the transition that you can't do that overnight. Last year was a transitional year. And last week they played Crooksville, and Crooksville's a pretty good sized school. Had 40-some guys dressed. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see how she goes.
Your team excited to be having their home opener here?
Yeah, they're excited. They're excited. And they're excited to get the help, you know. The basketball program, 3 of these guys come out, and they gave us some help, and we got their acclimation days in. Thank God we played on Saturday this week instead of Friday, and they're speed and talented kids, and, you know, they haven't been on, a couple of these guys haven't been on a football field in a while, but they know how to catch and run, so that helps.
So you just added a couple players this week.
Oh, yeah, we got Jamison Sedlock back, or he didn't play last week, you know. Coda Shoemaker, you know, Garrett Swaldo, and Dylan Dimmermuth, they're all new. We also had another guy, it's kind of, Colton Whitaker. He didn't have his days in, you know what I'm saying? So can't play him when they got their days in, and they got him. And yeah, that's like picking up 6 two-way starters, you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different game, and 5 of the 6 are runners, you know. So we're happy. I mean, they don't got to kick me out of the door to get here tonight, yeah.
Anything we should be looking for out of your offense with these new guys?
We'll see. I just know they got some speed on the outside. We're going to try to 2-platoon some of these guys, you know, and then, you know, we're big up front, defensively and offensively, and, you know, we're going to try to get back into fast break football. You know, that was our gig. I mean, it's, you know, Kenton's a first-year quarterback, so, you know, lots riding on him, but we'll try to simplify and get the ball out quick. They got a kid, I think his number is 8. He brings it, man. He's a linebacker that they blitz in their defense, that 4-3 defense, and he's all over the field. So you got to spend half the week trying to offset what that guy, the damage that guy could do to you, you know. So, you know, yeah, we'll see how she goes.
All right, Coach Cummings, thanks so much.
Thank you, appreciate it. Thanks for coming out.
Absolutely. For WJER, I'm Bill Hammerstrom, on your sports voice of the Valley.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby. For every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank. Visit them online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Get ready for high school football action with the Tuscarawas Central Catholic Saints with WJER. Special thanks to our scoreboard sponsors, Keim in Charm, Ohio, TMK Valley Propane, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, Ferris Chevrolet Toyota, and the First National Bank of Denison. The player of the game is brought to you by our local Subway restaurants. Your play-by-play coverage also made possible by Wood Electric, the T-County Boxing Academy, Williams Floor Covering, Mario Iono Construction, and McDonald's. Now, get ready for live play-by-play action with your Tuscarawas Central Catholic Saints. From the sports voice of the Valley, WJER.
All right, and we want to welcome you into Central Catholic's field. I believe they call it Art Tainer Field here on the campus of Tuscarawas Central Catholic High School. Proud to be bringing you this action between Tuscarawas Central Catholic and Fisher Catholic High School out of Fairfield County in the Lancaster area. Kyle Minnis joined by Bill Hammerstrom here for our presentation on YouTube in conjunction with Claxon Communications. Want to thank all the folks at Claxon helping us make this stream possible. Bill, it's good to have you out on the first game of the year.
Absolutely. My first time doing a football thing for WJER where I don't get free pizza out of it. But this is a great atmosphere anyway. I would say it's perfect weather for football. You can't complain when you have no storms and no rain. It would be nice if that sun would go down a little bit. The clouds earlier helped out a lot, but the players are moving north-south on the field, so it shouldn't affect them too much. But a beautiful night for football either way.
Now, I would say as one of those guys that was a little bit heftier, let's say one of the ones that would wear a 60, a 70 on your jersey number, maybe a little bit on the warmer side. You know, football weather might tamp that heat down just a little bit, but a beautiful night nonetheless. Hey, I was listening to your interview with Coach Casey Cummings and some insight. You know, we did Tuscarawas Central Catholic's game last week against Conotton Valley, and kind of a new look to this squad over the course of 1 week.
Yeah, if you listen to that game, you almost might want to forget all the names that you heard, because according to Casey Cummings, you heard it in the interview, it was like getting 6 two-way starters in the past week. Everybody had to meet their acclimation days, got some faster guys on the outside from the basketball team, some athletes who can catch the ball and run, and that's what Casey was looking for. He was worried last week before the game about their back-end speed on the defense, and it showed. I mean, you and Tony saw the game where the Canotton Valley receivers got that ball and just raced downfield past T.C.C. But today he thinks that's going to be a little different. They added some speed and athleticism and apparently the equivalent of 6 two-way starters since their opener against Canotton Valley.
And you mentioned acclimation days, just to catch folks up on that, per a OHSAA rules and regulations. Before these young men are able to get into live action, they are required to have 5 days of practice where they gradually are in some form of their padding. 2 days in just helmets, 2 days in helmets and shoulder pads, and then 1 day in full gear. So that lets me know that, Bill, this team practiced last night, if even in a walkthrough with helmets and T-shirts and shorts, to get these guys ready to be legally ready to go out onto the field.
Yeah, Coach Cummings was grateful for that extra day. Glad this is a Saturday game, because if it were a Friday game, those 6 or so players that they added over the week wouldn't be able to play because they wouldn't have practiced enough to be considered active members of the roster. And I wanted to mention something to you. You've lightened up in the last couple of years. You used to refer to yourself as a big ugly, and you didn't say that this time. So good for you.
And now I will say that I saw some footage. It might have been on Twitter from a high school in Texas. You know, everything's bigger in Texas.
Right.
It was a high school last night on Friday night that they actually delivered the offensive linemen to the field. They had a big, Silverado pickup truck pulling a hog trailer with the linemen in it, and they delivered them onto the field. And I thought, okay, you might be jumping the shark a little bit here with that, but in any event,
I like that, reminiscent of WrestleMania 3, Andre the Giant coming to the ring.
Wow, that's a deep cut, Bill. I like it. I like it. But in any event, I'm looking forward to seeing maybe a little bit more athleticism. So some guys from the basketball team, so maybe able to go up and get the ball a little bit. It's really kind of an interesting thing. If you look at this game last year, it was dominated by T.C.C., but I think you almost kind of have to throw the records out the window, because Casey Cummings has had almost a complete turnover of his roster.
Yeah, even throughout the season last year, and even look to this season, from the first game that they had this season to the second game, apparently they have 6 different players. So that was the second game of the season last year that Fisher Catholic lost to T.C.C. I believe the score was 63-14 last year, but even by the end of the season, that was a different T.C.C. team. And as of right now, both these teams are on losing streaks. T.C.C. lost their last 8 of last year and 1 more this year, so 9 in a row for them. And then Fisher Catholic went 0-10 last year and lost their opener to Crooksville 59-13. So 2 teams, while when you're at that level, you're probably only circling the next game on your calendar. But if they look at their whole schedule, especially T.C.C. with Ridgewood in the future and Newcomerstown in the future, this would be a game that they would think that they have a chance in, because these are 2 teams looking to build something.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 teams that are looking forward to their first win of the season, and looking to try to even if you don't win, you want to see improvement week after week. Central Catholic, led by quarterback Kenton Reneker, 5'10" senior. In the backfield, he is joined by his brother, just a freshman, Flynn Reneker, a 5'8" freshman. Catching passes from Kenton Reneker, you're going to see Carson Norris. He is a big body, 6'2", 220, a senior. We just spoke with his mom, Crystal, a good friend of mine, before the game, and Carson was a lineman his entire life. He was a lineman, and at 6'2", 220, able to run and able to catch the ball, Casey Cummings said, you know what, let's swap out your 75 for a number 1.
Yeah, and if you listen to Casey before, he said some other players, defensive tackle, moved into the defensive backfield because he could move and he could run. They didn't have the speed in last week's game, but he's back on the line today. They added those new guys to the outside and to the backfield, speed and athleticism.
Well, we've got about 5 minutes until kickoff, so we're going to take one last break before kickoff and national anthem festivities here from Art Tainer Field here in New Philadelphia. So stick with us. Back with more TCC action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
The Eat Fresh Refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
Building a custom home may be the most important project you will ever undertake, and the process starts with choosing the right builder. When quality is a must, choose Mario Iono Construction. For nearly 5 decades, families just like yours have trusted Mario Iono Construction to build and remodel their homes, along with kitchens, bathrooms, remodeling and additions, garages, pole barns, and light commercial construction too. Contact Mario Iono Construction today, building quality homes since 1976. Proud supporters of our Tuscarawas County Central Catholic Saints.
National anthem is in the books. We are 2.5 minutes away from kickoff here from Central Catholic High School here in New Philadelphia. We've got the team from Fisher Catholic already out on the field, and here come the Central Catholic Saints. Again, looking for their first win of the season. Both of these squads looking for their first win of the season. So it's kind of a something's got to give. The immovable force meeting the I'm going to screw up the line. The irresistible force meeting the immovable
there
object.
There you go, the immovable object.
Man.
You had WrestleMania 3 in your head because that was the Hulk Hogan Andre the Giant tag.
I tried to piggyback off of it, and I screwed up the line.
Oh, that's all right.
That's why you're the professional.
I'm glad you're on the same page, though. So look, we're going to see if these 6 newcomers for Tuscarawas Central Catholic can match the speed of some of these Fisher guys. I know that they didn't win a game last season and they lost their first game, but they have a quarterback and a junior, Grant Kiefer, who's been playing that position since he's been a freshman. So he's got some time under center. Definitely someone that Coach Cummings mentioned earlier. And he also mentioned Hyde O'Reilly, perfect player for the Irish here. O'Reilly, a receiver, 6'3", 180 pounds. So those are 2 guys, Grant Kiefer and Hyde O'Reilly, who Casey Cummings, his defense is going to be keying on those guys.
And, looking down, not knowing a whole lot about Fisher Catholic, looking down the roster, the one thing that kind of stuck out to me is some numbers problems again for Fisher Catholic, kind of the same that Central Catholic is looking at too. Only about 8 guys with numbers in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, so not real deep in terms of the linemen's positions. And when you go down and look at some of the height-weight combinations, you have a couple of these linemen that are not even tipping the scales at 200 pounds. So it's something that I'll be really interested to see if Fisher Catholic maybe looks to sling the ball around a little bit and try to hide maybe a undersized offensive line.
You talked about depth. So Fisher Catholic on the roster that we got had 25 players. T.C.C. has 21 on theirs, but I think in the pregame interview the coach said 19 were dressed today. They have 25 players on the Fisher Catholic roster, but they have, I believe it is 8 two-way players. So 8 starters starting 2 ways. So there's really only 13 starters out of those 25 players because 8 of them are going both ways for the Fisher Irish.
And I see Fisher 3 guys in street clothes as well. So numbers are going to be a problem for both teams. Central to kick off. It's Kenton Renneker kicking off. And one of the upbacks for Fisher Catholic just dives on the ball, does exactly what he was supposed to do. That was C.J. Robers, number 51. You know, if you're one of the upbacks, your job is to block. And if one of the balls, if a kickoff comes to you, it's kind of dive on it and pray.
Yeah, with a small roster, your fast guys are in the back. So your hands team up front isn't really the same team as your speed team that's in the back.
Fisher is going to be quarterbacked by Grant Kiefer. He is a junior, listed at 5'11", 155. 2 men split wide left, 2 wide to the right. Kiefer's going to keep it. No, now he's going to step back and run. Now he sees nothing but green in front of him, makes 1 man miss. And he's going to stretch across for a first down. Late flag coming in. So for the time being, a first down on the first play of the game for Fisher. Check and see what this is. Looks like a face mask on Tuscarawas Central Catholic. So tack 15 more on to the end of that run for Fisher.
It's about a 11-yard run for the quarterback Kiefer there, and an attack on 15. He had a lot of space on that right side. He wanted to throw the ball deep, but he just couldn't resist all that space that was in front of him on that play.
Well, it looked like one of the kind of a thing where you take whatever the defense can give you, and Central's defense was giving him about 8 yards. So Kiefer joined in the backfield by 2 backs, an up back and then a down back, and that handoff is going to go to Ethan O'Reilly off the right-hand side. Picks up about 4 yards.
T.C.C. did a good job to clog it up in the middle there.
Call it 3, 2nd and 7 here.
Along with Jameson Sedlock.
Clock running, first quarter action here. First possession of the game.
2nd down and 7 at the 36.
So now you've got trips to the left, 3 men to the left, single coverage out on the right-hand side. Kiefer joined by 1 back in the backfield. Kiefer is looking to the left and now flips it over top of the defense. That is going to be complete to Simon Messerly, brought down on the play by Zane Norris and Kenton Renneker for the Saints. But again, enough for another Fisher Catholic Irish first down.
About 7 yards on that catch. Again, he had time, and he was able to roll out of the pocket. They had somebody watching him over there, T.C.C. did. But the receiver got open.
Fisher Catholic head coach Luke Timmis signaling in the plays to Kiefer. Kiefer's one of the quarterbacks that uses a wristband with all of the plays so that all a coach has to do is yell in a number. Now Kiefer moves under center, sends a man in motion, single back in the backfield, gives it to the motion back. That is Jaden Morales. Morales are on the right-hand side, and he's going to be wrestled out of bounds by, it looks like, Coda Schumacher, but not before picking up about 15 yards on that end around.
I know he got 15 yards, but that was a good open field tackle that sometimes they didn't have last week against Conotton Valley.
Brings up 1st and 10. They can pick up a first down, can Fisher Catholic, at around the 4-yard line. Call it the 3-yard line. Pick up a first down. Sends the same man in motion. Same play on the right-hand side. Ran to the right-hand side, now over on the left. That was Peyton Owens. So the Saints able to sniff out that play now. Carson Norris coming in off the outside linebacker position. Again, a big body, a big back, able to sniff out that play.
So did Kenton Renneker. He might not have got the tackle, but he slowed him down enough that Norris was able to get in there and finish the play. Good penetration.
So a loss of 1 now on that play is going to bring up 2nd and 11 now for the Irish. Kiefer joined by 1 man in the backfield, 2 split out right, and it is going to go out to Peyton Owens. Owens is going to be wrestled out of bounds by Flynn Reneker, but not before picking up about 7 yards on that play. Well, call it 5.
That was the kind of play that burned the Saints last week, throwing it out to the wide receiver like that, and he would put a couple moves and head into the end zone. That time, defender for T.C.C. held his ground, held the jersey, and was able to get some help to finish him off.
Pick up a 6 on that play is going to bring up 3rd and 5 now. You got to think maybe 2 down territory here for the Irish, so big play here for the Saints. 2 receivers right now, a man in motion is Morales, and he's going to get the pitch over on the right-hand side. He turns the corner. It's going to be real close to the first down. I think they might give it to him, though. Gain right of about 5. It's going to be interesting to see where the ball is spotted.
Yeah, Zane Norris had his hands on him and didn't let go. Got a piece of the jersey and was able to slow him down and get the tackle, but still, it's 1st and goal.
And it is enough for a first down. So 1st and goal now for the Irish at the 5-yard line. Kiefer joined by 1 man in the backfield. Stays into block. Kiefer rolls to the left, looking for a man in the back of the end zone. Some miscommunication and some good defense by Colton Whitaker of the Saints to be able to break up that pass play.
Yeah, I think Kiefer was expecting him to continue to the corner there, or at least in that direction, and threw it in front of him, and the receiver stopped.
There was a lot of grass over on towards the corner of the end zone, and I think that's kind of where Kiefer might have thought that Whitaker was going to go. Now you've got trips to the left. Single coverage out on the right-hand side. Kiefer looking to the left. And it is picked off by Kenton Reneker, and he's got a lot of green grass in front of him. One of the big uglies up front able to kind of trip him up around the 15-yard line. Exactly what the Saints needed, a red zone interception by Kenton Reneker.
He's been sitting in that spot these last few plays, expecting that pass to come there, and it finally did. I think after the first play where he was the quarterback, Kiefer was wide open on the right side. They've kept Reneker over there to keep an eye on him, and he was in the perfect spot for that interception.
Yeah, that was a good job by Kenton Reneker reading the eyes of Kiefer, knew exactly where it was going, and he was able to pick it off. Now Kenton Reneker sends Flynn Reneker in motion, takes a snap, looking on the left-hand side, takes a big hit as he releases the ball. Pass was intended, looked like for Flynn Reneker, and it was incomplete just at his shoestrings, but can't really blame Kenton Reneker for that. He took a big shot as he released the ball.
An incomplete pass is better than a sack, though. Last week against Conotton Valley, their first couple of plays from scrimmage out of shotgun, he had somebody in his lap almost as quickly as the ball got to him.
Reneker joined by Flynn Reneker in the backfield, but the handoff is going to go to Coda Schumacher. He is out on the right-hand side, and he's going to pick up about 4 yards on the carry. Does Coda Schumacher, 5'11", 155 senior. I believe he was one of the newcomers.
He is. He's one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5 that he gave me names for that Coda Schumacher was not on the team last week, so he tried to find the corner there, shoestring tackle, but he did get 4.
So that's going to bring up 3rd and call it 7 now from the 17-yard line. He'd like to try to get some positive yardage here. And a little flare pass out towards Schumacher, maybe a little miscommunication, but that's going to drop incomplete and bring up 4th down now from their own 17-yard line. 7:49 to play here in the first quarter. First possession for the Saints. First possession for the Irish ended up in a red zone interception. So now you're looking, if you're the Saints, Kenton Reneker is the punter as well. He's lined up in kind of one of those hybrid punt formations. And there's going to be a flag on the play. I think maybe an illegal substitution. So the Saints broke the huddle with more than 11 men on the field. That is an illegal formation penalty. It's going to be a 5-yard penalty. Drop them back to the 12 now, and that'll make it 4th and call it 12.
Brings up 4th down from the 12-yard line.
Renneker back in punt formation. Snap back. Gets off a punt. It's a very short punt, straight up in the air, lands at about the 35. It's going to roll out of bounds at the T.C.C. 44-yard line. Irish to take over. We'll take a quick break. Back with more action right after this.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
As we come back, Kiefer hands off to Ethan O'Reilly. Bottled up right at the line of scrimmage, actually pushed back. They're going to give him forward progress up to the line of scrimmage. So 2nd down now, 2nd and 10 on the T.C.C. 44-yard line. So good field position for Fisher Catholic. Bill, they moved the ball their first possession, but ended up in a mistake with a red zone interception. So I'm sure he heard about that, did Grant Kiefer over on the sideline.
Great play by team captain Casey Green there on the first play to get in the backfield and stop him for no gain.
One man in the backfield joins Kiefer. Kiefer swings it out right side to
his knee went down.
Peyton Owens. Looks like slung it down, and it looks like they're going to call him down behind the line of scrimmage. Yep. One knee touches the ground in high school and college. It doesn't matter if anyone touched you. You are counted down.
You know, both teams watched the tape of TCC's game. The Fisher Catholic, they're throwing it to the outside, and the Saints are right there to stop them, not breaking out for a big play like last week.
3rd and 11 now from the TCC 45. Kiefer back to pass, looking left. Now he's going to tuck it and run. He gets around the left-hand side before he is gang tackled, and you've got some laundry coming in at about the 45-yard line. Looks like it's going to be a hold on Fisher Catholic. So if I'm Casey Cummings, I might push them back because I think you're in 4-down territory here. If this is a hold, 15 yards from the spot of the foul is going to put them all the way back at their own 40-yard line.
And good job by Garrett Swaldo there on that tackle. He was ready for him, wrapped him up, and took him down.
And that's exactly what Coach Casey Cummings is going to do. So puts the ball all the way back at the Fisher Catholic 45-yard line. 3rd and 21 now. I think a good decision there for Coach Cummings. Got 2 men left, 2 men right, 1 man in the backfield joining Kiefer. Kiefer looking to the left. He's got a man down the field, and he overshoots him. That would have been a tight window to try to slide it into Simon Messerly. He was blanket coverage by a couple different Saints.
Saints are rushing 3, and they're keeping Renneker in there as a spy. So with 4 players up front, that means there's 7 playing in the defensive backfield trying to stop the spread offense there of Fisher Catholic. That's probably where all those athletes and speed guys are that joined the team.
The big guys up front for the Saints. Casey Green, a senior, listed at 6 foot 320, joined by Jamison Sedlock. He's listed at 5'10", 350. A couple seniors anchoring that defensive line for the Saints. Punt away for Peyton Owens. It's going to bounce at about the 25-yard line, and that's where the Saints are going to take over. We're going to take a quick break. Still no score, 5:42 to play. First quarter action. Back with more right after this.
Hi, this is Dan Hostel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
As we come back, Reneker is going to hand it off to Flynn Reneker. So Kenton to Flynn, and Flynn Reneker is met in the backfield, and it looks like he's going to take a loss of a yard on first down.
It's fun watching these teams switch sides. Usually you say the defense comes into the game or the punting team comes off, in comes the offense. That's not the case. It's the same guys out there, and it's almost like a backyard game where you say, take who has you.
Casey Cummings is going to call a timeout, so we're going to take a timeout here on the field. 5:21 to play. Still no score. First quarter. Back with more action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
The T-County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T-County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T-County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Find Shaw's Pet Perfect styles at Williams Floor Covering, 98 Southwester Avenue in Dover.
And as we come back, Kenton Reneker unloaded a pass right over the middle of the field. It was intended for Carson Norris, running a seam pattern. Ball batted up in the air, knocked around. It was in and out of the hands of both Norris and the Fisher Catholic defender, but the Fisher Catholic defender was able to come up with the pass. So an interception for Kenton Reneker. Fisher Catholic is going to take over at the Central Catholic 43-yard line.
It was actually a really good pass by Kenton Reneker right into the arms of Carson Norris. The coverage was just double coverage, really tight, and the defender took it right out of his arms.
So the Irish take over now, I formation behind Kiefer. Going to give the ball to the tailback. That is going to be, looks like Ethan O'Reilly. Brings it up, crossed the 40. Give him a gain of 3 on that play. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7 now for the Irish. Just under 5 minutes to play here in the first quarter.
Since completing his first pass, their quarterback, Grant Kiefer's gone 0 for 4, so the defense has turned it up a bit for the Saints.
Handoff to O'Reilly again on the left-hand side, just off tackle. He's going to pick up about another 3 yards. Give him only 2 on that, so that'll bring up 3rd and 5 now for the Irish.
So the passing wasn't working, so they're going to the ground now with Ethan O'Reilly. This is not a huge yardage situation, so we'll see what they do again as they're under center.
Sticking with the I formation. Kiefer under center, joined by 2 men in the backfield. Hands it off to O'Reilly, this time off the left-hand side, and is going to be real close to the first down. Let's see where they spot the ball. It looks like enough for a first down. Just have to see where they spot the ball.
Haven't moved the chains yet.
Hey, we want to say thank you to one of our scoreboard sponsors tonight, Keim in Charm, Ohio. Keim is the destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. Visit in Charm today or online at keimlumber.com.
Kyle, while you were doing the work over there on the field, they ruled that it was a fumble recovered by Flynn Reneker. So the Saints take over. 2 turnovers on 2 drives for the Fisher Irish.
How about that? So the Saints taking over now at their own 35-yard line. Kenton Reneker's going to flip it back to Schumacher. Schumacher around the left-hand side, and a nice gain on first down. Give him about 5 yards. Some definite speed in the backfield, a different dynamic with Coda Schumacher than what we saw last week out at Conotton Valley.
Yeah, a lot of times last week, Reneker was running for his life in the backfield. They were trying to put a lot of offense on his shoulders, and now they're pitching it outside, and Shoemaker has some speed to hit that corner. Seen it a couple times.
Pistol formation now. Schumacher behind Reneker. Kenton Reneker's going to look to pass, flag down, and Kenton Reneker looks like his knee touched down about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Felt like that flag fell just as he was getting touched.
Looks like it's going to be a holding penalty on Central Catholic. That is a killer because that is a spot foul, and that's about 8 yards into the backfield. So that's going to be 10 yards tacked on from that spot.
They declined it.
So opted to take the 8-yard loss and the loss of downs. So it's going to bring up third and call it 13. Third and 14 now.
Might want to try that play again because Schumacher was open out on the right side with a blocker in front of him and one defender.
Now straight shotgun. You're going to whip it out to Schumacher, in and out of his hands. And it wasn't behind the line of scrimmage. I don't know why play is continuing on.
I think that was a forward pass. I don't think that was a lateral.
Yes, it was not a lateral. Yeah. The referee should have been a little slow on the whistle there. You got some guys jumping all over each other, and it was a dead ball. So in any event, that's going to bring up fourth and 6-yard loss on the play. Call it 4th and 20 now from Central Catholic's own 25-yard line.
So they did call it a lateral and they lost 6 yards?
Apparently. I didn't see the ball go behind the line of scrimmage, though.
No, I didn't think so.
Casey Cummings is going to take a timeout here, try to get this sorted out. 4th and 20, 2 minutes and 18 seconds left to go. Opening period here. Central Catholic still scoreless. Back with more action right after this from your sports voice of the Valley.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank. Visit them online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back with more action here. Coach Casey Cummings saw something that he didn't like, but, at 4th and 20 on your own 25-yard line, I think maybe it was less strategy and more personnel related.
I would think so. I know what he didn't like seeing. He didn't like seeing a forward pass called a lateral. But he wasn't talking to the officials there. He was talking to his team, so he was probably getting them straightened out to get this punt off.
I, for the life of me, cannot think what was going on. And now there's another stoppage in play.
And they're just going to do it again.
Looks like it was before the ready for play whistle. So after a timeout, the back judge is going to give a ready for play whistle. That's what you just heard. Now we're ready to go. Reneker back to punt. Lands at about the 47 and is going to take a T.C.C. bounce picked up by Peyton Owens. He's across the 50, makes a couple men miss. Now he backs back across the 50. He's got a lane on the left-hand side, and he's going to be forced out by Kenton Reneker and Garrett Swaldo of T.C.C. So Fisher's going to take over. 1st and 10 from about the 35-yard line.
He was forced out by those guys, but he was looking down the field at number 73, 350-pound Jamison Sedlock, team captain, and he didn't want to have that collision, I believe, so he went out of bounds about 10 yards before he got that far.
Hey, another quick thank you to one of our scoreboard sponsors this evening, TMK Valley Propane. When looking for a reliable local propane provider, choose TMK Valley Propane, affordable, friendly, professional. Trust TMK Valley Propane. To learn more, visit online at tmkvalleypropane.com.
2 minutes left in the first quarter, Kyle. No score.
No score. It's been a quick first quarter, although with all the changes of possession, it's any wonder why. Kiefer back under center, sends a man in motion. That's Morales. Morales is going to get the pitch over on the right-hand side. He's across the 30, bring it up to about the 28-yard line. He's going to pick up about 6 yards on that play. Flag in the defensive backfield. Let's see what that is.
Some players went flying after that, so it might be an unsportsmanlike conduct or personal foul late hit.
Casey Cummings is saying, yep, we want to take that one. That's a personal foul on the Saints, though. Personal foul on the Saints is going to add to that run. Didn't see what happened, but getting a little chippy. That's the second personal foul now on the Saints here in the first period.
That's too bad. I was watching the Saints last week. They seemed like a bunch of good kids, patting the other team on the back, helping them up. Not indicative of the character on that team.
1st and 10 now on the 13. Kiefer under center, joined by Ethan O'Reilly. Sends Morales in motion, fakes the handoff, gives it back to the man coming across the middle. 2 flags come flying in. No gain on the play, but let's check and see what the laundry on the field indicates here.
Dylan Doomermuth was in there for the tackle. Another one of those newcomers got in the backfield. We'll see if he was held while he was tackling.
It's going to be holding on the Irish, so that play is going to be declined. 2 holding penalties on the Irish, so Coach Casey Cummings will say, can we take them both at the same time?
Take 20 yards off. Dylan Doomermuth was getting held while he made that stop, so an excellent play by another one of those newcomers to the lineup for Coach Casey Cummings and the Saints.
Law enforcement would say those sentences run concurrently, not consecutively. You can only take one. So that's going to bring up 1st and 20 now. Puts the ball back on the 23-yard line. Just over a minute to play here, first quarter.
They're back in shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun now for Kiefer, joined by, looks like Owens in the backfield. He's going to roll left. He's looking to find someone, and Peyton Owens was covered closely by Garrett Swaldo. Not really anything there, so good. That is a good defensive play for the Saints.
Good pressure coming from the outside from Zane Norris. They got him coming off the end over there. Most of their pass plays before, they were just stuffing him up the middle, but this time they put Norris coming around the left end there.
Zane Norris is another big body, 6'4", 160, another senior for the Saints. Now, 2nd and 20 here. 3 men, trips right, single coverage out to the left. Kiefer's gonna look to the right. Now he's rolling to the right. Crosses the line of scrimmage, nothing really there. Brought down by the Saints, give him a gain of about 4 yards. That is something that you can live with if your coach Casey Cummings giving up 4 on 2nd and 20. So
they got those Reddickers on either side spying on the quarterback, watching him roll out and making a decision whether to rush him and take him down or drop back and defend it. And so far, both have worked.
Going to bring up 3rd and 15 quickly out of the huddle is Fisher Catholic. Kiefer back in shotgun, joined by Ethan O'Reilly in the backfield. 2 men wide left, 2 men wide right now. Morales comes in a little bit. Kiefer looking to the left side, going deep. He has a man in the corner, but overshoots him. He was looking for Hyde O'Reilly in the back corner of the end zone. He would have had to have been 7 foot tall to be able to grab that one. So another good coverage series for the Saints to bring up 4th and 15 now on the T.C.C. 16-yard line.
Good coverage again by Garrett Swaldo out there.
0.7 seconds on the big clock here, so one last play before we flip the field and switch sides here for the second quarter. Irish break the huddle. Saints in formation already. Now motions a man to join trips to the left. That is Simon Messerly over on the left-hand side.
Go 15 yards for a first.
Finds a man down the field. It's going to be complete to Hyde O'Reilly, but not near as not. It's going to be real close to the first down. I think they're going to end up giving them the first down. It's going to be real close. It's going to be interesting to see what they mark here at the end of the first quarter. Scoreless. We're going to flip the field and come back with second quarter action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
Hi, this is Dan Hosler at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
12 minutes in the book and nothing to show for it for either teams. We're scoreless here from Art Tanner Field here on the campus of Tuscarawas Central Catholic High School in New Philadelphia. WJER Sports wants to thank you for tuning in on YouTube and on our website. Thank the folks at Claxon Communications helping us out with this live stream. Kyle Minnis and Bill Hammerstrom bringing you all of the action. So, Bill, it looks like that was enough for a first down, or they flipped the field and now they're going to...
Saints have the ball, right?
Are they going to measure, or no? They say that it was not to the line to gain. So Saints are going to take over 1st and 10 at their own 4-yard line.
A couple earlier scores today on WJER on the radio. The Guardians fell to the Blue Jays 8-3. And going on now after the first quarter, Steubenville Central Catholic 7, Strasburg nothing in another Tuscarawas County football game tonight.
We'd love to see Strasburg get on the winning side of the ledger. Of course, Central Catholic and Strasburg traditionally ending the season, week 10. Kenton Reneker is going to hand off to Schumacher. Schumacher around the right side. He's going to pick up about 4 yards before he's wrestled out of bounds.
You kind of feel like these new guys that are in there are almost getting an audition in these positions, and they found that Schumacher can hit the corner and gain a few yards for him, and they keep feeding him now.
Yeah, absolutely. A fast kid. A big body in the backfield too. You know, I mean, 5'11" is not really super tall, but that's tall for a tailback. He joins Reneker in the backfield now into the pistol. He gets it along the left-hand side again, and he's going to make a man miss, and he runs over a Fisher Catholic defender. So if this is his first time playing football, he did not shy away from contact. He went after it. He was looking to put his shoulder down, and you love to see that if you're a coach.
A couple more games under his belt. He's breaking those tackles, and he's taking it to the house.
Picks up 4 yards on that second down carry, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 1 now for the Saints. Big play here. Reneker's going to keep it. He's going to be bottled up in the backfield. And he's going to be dropped for about a loss of 2. Looks like maybe some miscommunication there, and maybe try to get a little too fancy on that play.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to go to the well once too many times with Schumacher, but they might do it next time because he was successful on 2 plays consecutively, and just with a yard left, they may look to him again next time they're in that situation.
They gave him up to the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play. 4th and 1 on your own 14. I will say this about Casey Cummings. He is a gambler, but this might be too early to start gambling. Reneker is going to punt it away here Punt lands at about the 45 and takes a T.C.C. bounce. It's going to come to rest at the T.C.C. 49-yard line. Scoreless here, 10:25 to play in the first half. Back with more action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
As we come back, Fisher Catholic takes over. Handoff up straight up the middle and brought down at about a 1-yard gain. Flag comes in. Flag comes in late. Let's see what that is. Looks like it's going to be a hold on the Irish. Coach Casey Cummings says, send them back. It's going to take them back into their own territory now.
Penalties are starting to hurt the Irish, as they had been past midfield most of their starting drives, and now the only thing moving them back is holding penalties. But good tackles again in there by Braden Brown, and Flynn Reniker again in there on the bottom of the pile on that play.
It's biting both teams. Biting both teams is the penalty bug. So now first and call it 20. Clock running, just over 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Still scoreless. Both of these teams looking to get on, getting their first win of the season. Kiefer under center. He's going to hand it off to Owens, coming around the left-hand side. He turns the corner, and he's going to get forced out of bounds by Garrett Swaldo. He's going to pick up about 5 yards on that first-yard carry, so decent pickup. But when you've got 15 yards of real estate ahead of you, you got to be chewing up a little bit more turf than what you wanted to get out of that first play.
Irish trying to attack the corners on the Saints because that's what worked last week for Conotton Valley. But they're up to the task this time. They're pursuing and they're bottling them up on the outside. They're not letting them get too far around the corner.
2nd and 16 now for the Irish. Kiefer takes the shotgun snap, looks left side. Now he's flushed out of the pocket, throws it back across his body, across the middle, and it's complete at about the 50-yard line to Hyde O'Reilly. It's going to pick up about 3 yards on the play. Just shy of midfield, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 for the Irish.
Secondary must have got a lot of practice in this week because they are covering well. As again, Saints have 3 people up on the line of scrimmage rushing. Everybody else is reading and reacting.
Spread formation in the shotgun for Fisher Catholic. It's going to be complete over the left-hand side. Laundry in the backfield, and this is going to get pushed. This is going to push the Irish back 10 yards again. Pretty blatant, obvious hold in the backfield on Fisher Catholic.
Everybody up here was calling it.
That one was easy to spot.
You look out there at Dylan Doomermuth, and he's one of the newcomers to the lineup here for T.C.C. But they're doing a good job of something they didn't do last week, and that's keeping everything in front of them. So they complete that pass. They allow that catch to happen. They know the situation, and they tackle him before he can gain any yardage.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 21 now from their own 40-yard line. Kiefer back to pass, squares up, takes a shot down the middle of the field, and it is caught by Peyton Owens. He is going to go in for the Irish touchdown play, and up for grabs was Grant Kiefer, and Peyton Owens was able to come up with it. Kind of a shocked Saints secondary. I didn't know if they thought that he came up with it, but everyone kind of moved in slow motion after Owens made the catch.
I just got done saying they were keeping everything in front of them, and they allowed the receiver to get behind him. I think they were watching for the short passes because that's what hurt them last week. They haven't been hit with a deep passing attack yet, and they took advantage. 61-yard touchdown pass right there.
And so Irish strike first with 8:53 left to go in the first half. Now Peyton Owens does double duty. He caught the touchdown pass, and now he's going to line up for the point after attempt. Snap is back, holds down, kick is up, and it splits the upright. 7-0 Fisher Catholic Irish up over Tuscarawas Central Catholic. We'll have the kickoff right after this on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Find Shaw's Pet Perfect styles at Williams Floor Covering, 98 South Worcester Avenue in Dover.
Back with more action after the Fisher Catholic score. 7-0 Fisher Catholic, 8:53 to play. And we want to thank all of our scoreboard sponsors this evening: Keim Lumber, TMK Valley Propane, Ferris Auto Mall, the First National Bank of Denison, and the Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital. Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, quality care close to home. Visit clevelandclinic.org and click on locations to learn more about Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital.
Well, the Saints had been rushing 3 players and not getting much pressure, and they allowed the quarterback for the Irish to have plenty of time, find his man deep. Grant Kiefer, that's the quarterback, he threw a deep pass to Owens, and it was a touchdown. They might have to readjust now and try to get some more pressure on the quarterback if they're going to start attacking deep instead of underneath.
Yeah, that was a good patient play by Kiefer. He was flushed out of the pocket, and he was able to step up. That's a tough thing for a young quarterback to step up towards the rushers, but that gets you out of the garbage, so to speak. So, in any event, Saints trying to answer. Owens with the kickoff. Kick taken by, looks like Dylan Dumermuth. Dumermuth is going to be driven back. Got up to about the 25-yard line. And now you have some extracurricular activities going on.
So that flag's going to be some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct on one of the teams.
And the way that the Irish fans and players are reacting, they're thinking that this is going to go against the Saints.
And I think the Saints were thinking that flag should have come earlier against the Irish as they were piling on Dylan Dumermuth after he fielded that kickoff.
I will say this crew has not been too quick to blow plays dead. We've seen it a couple times. They will let the plays run on, but it is a personal foul penalty, and it is against the Irish and against the Saints. So you're going to have offsetting penalties. No harm, no foul, but they are going to record both of the young men that had those penalties. And Bill, OHSAA rules say if you have 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in a game, you are disqualified.
Do they have a sportsmanlike conduct call that they could give to Flynn Renneker for handing the flag back to the official because he picked it up off the ground and handed it to him? They should just say, never mind, 15 yards for your team. Good kid.
Kenton Renneker back to pass, pressured on the left-hand side, and that pass is broken up. Good coverage downfield by Jaden Morales. Pass was intended for, looks like Garrett Swaldo, but covered closely by Morales.
He might have been open in that spot where Renneker threw it to, but he wasn't in that spot or open at the time that the ball got there. So the timing's just off a little bit as they're getting adjusted.
Second down for the Saints, ball on their own 26-yard line, 8:41 to play here in the second quarter. Kenton Renneker rolls to the right, stops, pops. He's got a man downfield. That is Zane Norris. He's going to pick up about 5 yards before he is ridden out of bounds. Again, talking about the tall, big-bodied receivers, a couple of the Norrises for the Saints, and Zane hobbling off the field.
One thing we haven't mentioned yet is that Nathan Pugh, who caught some passes, got open last week, is not playing today. He's playing soccer for New Philadelphia in the rivalry game against Dover. So he was a target last week. Not somebody they have. So if one of their receivers go down, there aren't too many to come back in his place.
3rd and 5 now on their own 31-yard line. Reneker back to pass. Screen on the right-hand side. It's caught by Flynn Reneker, but he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And again, a late whistle. Kind of, if this was basketball, we would be calling it barn ball right now. So call it a loss of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up 4th and 6.
Yeah, you think on that Saints sideline, they're hoping they call the forward progress and blow it dead a little earlier so that these players aren't standing targets for the other team.
Ball on their own 29-yard line is Central Catholic. Cat and Reneker back in punt formation. Snap back. Kick is away. Man deep is Owens. Owens takes it at the 40-yard line across the 50. Now he's going to be up to the 35, across the 30, before he is ridden down close to the 25-yard line. And great field position, but flag on the play.
Well, it was a 34-yard return. We'll see what the flag means.
I think it's going to come back on a hold on Fisher Catholic. That would be from the spot. Flag laying at about the 37-yard line. So that's going to push Fisher Catholic back 10 yards from that. Should have it at about the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Fisher Catholic leading 7-0.
So that 34-yard punt return turned into just about a 15-yard game from where the punt was fielded.
Thanks again to one of our scoreboard sponsors this evening, Ferris Chevrolet Toyota. If you're thinking about a new car, truck, van, or SUV, think Ferris. Inventory is arriving on the lot daily, and a Ferris wheel is waiting to make you the Ferris deal. Start shopping now online at thinkferris.com. So 1st and 10 now in the central 47-yard line. Kiefer shotgun formation. Swings it out left side. That is caught by Hyde O'Reilly. He is going to make a man miss. He's going to pick up about 9 yards on the first down play.
Yeah, that time they didn't contain him on the outside, and once he caught it, he was able to get about 8 yards after the catch.
They give him 8. 2nd and 2. Now at about the 38-yard line. Spread formation now for Fisher Catholic. 2 wide to the left, 1 wide to the right. And it looks like Fisher Catholic is not on the same page. They're going to take a timeout. We'll take a timeout too. 6:23 to play, 2nd quarter. 7-0 Fisher Catholic. Back with more action right after this on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank. Visit them online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So, Bill, timeout by Fisher Catholic. Looked like some confusion break in the huddle, and Coach Casey Cummings will take advantage of that as well. Big possession here, I think, if you're the Saints. Good field position for the Irish. You don't want them coming away with any more points, especially with it being still only a one-possession game, just down 7-0.
Zane Norris was back up on the line of scrimmage there, lining up on the outside. That rush was effective earlier, and that would be the 4th rusher. They had been rushing 3, so maybe they noticed that little switch there and they called a timeout.
Trips right, single coverage on the left side. Kiefer joined in the backfield, shotgun formation by O'Reilly. Now he's looking to the right. flips it over to Owens. Owens behind the line of scrimmage, and he's going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Kenton Reneker. It's a great play, good form tackle by Kenton Reneker, and that's going to be a loss of about 3 yards. That's going to bring up third and call it 6.
And they did have Zane Norris this time on the opposite side of the line, and he did rush the passer. I don't know if he made a difference in him rolling out this way, but it sent the play to the direction that the Saints were defending.
So 3rd and 6 now from the T.C.C. 43-yard line. 2 men split out left and to the right. Looks left-hand side. It's got a man wide open right across the middle. Does Fisher Catholic, and that is Jaden Morales. That was slung over the middle. You know, quarterback is never supposed to throw back across his body, but it worked out for Grant Kiefer and the Fisher Catholic Irish.
Yeah, Jaden Morales climbed the ladder to get that pass. It was high over the middle. Saints playing kind of a zone out there, so there are some dead spots out there. If they can find them, they'll be able to connect on some of those passes.
Big play on 3rd down, good 3rd down conversion. That's going to bring up 1st and 10 now from the TCC 26-yard line. Just over 5 minutes to play here in the first half. Flag on the play. We're going to get a stoppage in play. It looks like an illegal formation. Not all men were up and set. They're going to call a procedure penalty on Fisher Catholic. So someone didn't hold their water. A 5-yard penalty now is going to push them back to the 31-yard line. Make it 1st and 15 now for the Irish.
That time the Saints had 2 guys with their hands in the dirt on both sides of the defensive line there.
Trips right, trips left now. Single coverage with Owens on the right-hand side. Might look to go to Owens, and there's another flag on the play. Owens jumped off sides. So O'Reilly with a carry right up the middle, but this is going to get pushed back another 5 yards as Peyton Owens jumped off sides on the right-hand side. So, Bill, if this was Canada, he would have been fine. But you cannot be in forward motion when the ball is snapped. Have you ever seen Canadian football where they line up 10 yards in the backfield, take a running start so that they time it up perfect, and it almost looks like a kickoff?
I've seen those plays.
But
I'm seeing Zane Norris line up on the defensive end position here, listed in your program as a wide receiver defensive back, but athletic enough that he's on the line there.
He is stepping up on the line, and it looks like Central Catholic, Casey Cummings, wants to take a timeout. That's going to be their last one of the half. 4:27 to play first half. Saints down 7-0. Back with more action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
And we want to thank you for joining us here this evening on our YouTube live stream broadcast. IVC action, Tuscarawas Central Catholic Field here in New Philadelphia. And while we're at it, we want to thank another one of our scoreboard sponsors this evening, the First National Bank of Denison. Say hello to your dream home with a mortgage loan from the First National Bank of Denison. You can start the process online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. So, Bill, 4:27 to play now, down 7-0. Fisher Catholic really kind of shooting themselves in the foot after a great gain this series.
Shot themselves in the foot last series, and it ended in a 61-yard touchdown pass. So hopefully the Saints keep everything in front of them and not let anybody get behind him at the same time.
Morales in motion. It's going to be a pitch back to him. And Zane Norris right on cue. Great job wrapping them up after about a 1-yard gain. So right on cue, stepping up on the line of scrimmage, keeping his outside contained, forcing Morales back inside and pushing him right back into where all the muck is.
Yeah, you heard Casey Cummings before the game trying these players at different positions, not what they're listed as in the program. Wide receiver, defensive back Zane Norris is a defensive end tonight, keeping containment and rushing the passer when he has to.
I think at this point, Coach Casey Cummings is saying, hey, are you an athlete? Because you can do pretty much whatever we need you to do. So, 2nd and 19 now. Ball on the T.C.C. 35-yard line. Kiefer now back under center.
Oh, that's too bad.
That's too bad again. Oh, Zay Norris took a step across the line, and I was always told that unless it drew the offensive player offsides, then that wouldn't get called. But
Zay Norris just thinking, hey, I'm getting pretty good at this defensive end stuff. He's getting a little antsy over there, ready to make a play, jumped off. But he can be forgiven for the way he's been playing on that spot.
So a 5-yard penalty is going to bring up 2nd and 15 now. Ball on the 30-yard line. And Kiefer back under center. Morales in motion, fakes it. He's going to be looking back, and there is not a receiver within 20 yards. I don't know how there's not, and there comes the flag. That is going to be a intentional grounding call. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty and a loss of down. Those are absolute killers, but the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage with not a guy within 20 yards of it.
The meeting of the quarterbacks back there getting pressure was Kenton Reneker and Grant Kiefer.
So a 5-yard penalty from the spot and a loss of down. That's going to bring up 3rd and 10, 20, 23, 24 yards. And it pushes it all the way back to the T.C.C. 40-yard line.
Good play by Kenton Reneker to get the pressure there, and I think Grant Kiefer was arguing he was in the grasp and the hit affected his throw, but the officials did not agree.
So now Kiefer back in the shotgun. You got to think 4-down territory here for the Irish. Kiefer back to pass, flushed out left-hand side, and now he makes a man miss, makes 2-man miss, comes back across the middle of the field, and it's a big gain for Kiefer. He's going to pick up the 1st down, and he is going to go in for a touchdown. Grant Kiefer of the Fisher Catholic Irish weaved through the Saints defenders on a 3rd and 23 play, just the way they drew it up.
Unbelievable that both of these touchdowns have come on 3rd and forever, and they get all the way to the end zone. 40-yard run on that play.
Really, really disheartening for this Saints squad because you're doing everything right. You're forcing mistakes, keeping everything in front of you, and then when it looks like you have them kind of right where you want them, they're able to rip off and pull something, kind of pull a rabbit out of their hat. So now Owens in for the point after. Snap down, hold good, kick away, and it is good. So 14-0 now, Fisher Catholic, 3:16 to play here in the first half. We're going to take a quick break, back with more action right after this on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Hi, this is Dan Hostel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
So Fisher Catholic on the board again, 14-0 now, 3:16 to play here in the first half. And man, Bill, the magician in the backfield, Grant Kiefer for Fisher Catholic, pulls another rabbit out of his hat and made 3 or 4 guys miss, weaving in and out of that Saints secondary. And you got to give the devil his due. That was a great job.
Grant Kiefer, a 5'11", 159-pound junior who's been playing quarterback since his freshman season. So he's showing that leadership out there. 2 big plays from him.
Kick away for Owens, touched by Dumeruth, picked up by Flynn Reneker. He's going to return back across the middle of the field, and he's going to be taken down at about the 23-yard line. Give him probably forward progress out beyond the 20, you would hope.
Got a lot of cheerleaders out there today, Kyle. The flag football youth cheerleaders are out there, so there's about 35 girls over there cheering on the Saints in front of the homestand.
There you go. There are quite a few. So 1st and 10 for the Saints, 3:06 to play. They're going to spot the ball at their own 20-yard line. No timeouts left for the Saints. Fisher Catholic has 2 in their back pocket should they need them here in this final 3 minutes of the first half. Reneker gets the snap, pitches it back to Schumacher. Schumacher makes 2 men miss, makes another man miss. He's around the left-hand side, and Schumacher is going to pick up about 30 yards on the play. Coda Schumacher, one of the newcomers for the Saints, and he is pushed out of bounds right at midfield. Great job, great gain to flip the field for the Saints.
You get the sense that he's getting better every time he gets the ball, and he's hitting that corner harder when he gets some confidence that he can make it there.
Well, when you think of the way that players perform in their first scrimmage of the year, after having 1 week of two-a-days, that's where 6 of these players are right now. They've had 1 week of practice, and this is kind of like their first scrimmage. Pitch to Schumacher now on the right-hand side. He's going to be bottled up and brought down in the backfield by Hyde O'Reilly. Put a big mitt out and grabbed a hold of the jersey, and there was no shaking it for Coda Schumacher. It's going to be a loss on the play of about 6. Bring up 2nd and 16, pushes the ball back into their own territory, back at about the 44-yard line.
Hyde O'Reilly's one of those players that Casey Cummings said they had to keep an eye out, and definitely their 6'3", 180-pound junior, also listed as a wide receiver defensive back, but just like Canton Central, Tuscarawas Central Catholic, Fisher is lining up guys all over the field, taking advantage of their athleticism in certain situations.
Flynn Reneker motions left. Kenton Reneker now looking back to the right. He's got a man open. That is Dumermuth. Dumermuth is going to make the catch, about a 11-yard pickup. He's going to go out at the Fisher Catholic 45-yard line, so it's going to bring up a manageable 3rd and about 6.
Again, they're finding some athletes now, and they're finding some speed on the outside and taking advantage of players that they didn't have in the lineup last week.
So 2 men in the backfield. Now Flynn Reneker motions out. Same formation, and he is looking deep for Flynn Reneker.
Oh.
Ball batted up in the air by the Fisher Catholic defender. Incomplete. Kenton Reneker looking for his younger brother Flynn down the middle of the field, but broken up by the Fisher Catholic defender, and now decision time.
Almost
4th
like a
and 6.
Tip drill Hail Mary there as Garrett Swaldo almost got that pass off of the tip.
So 4th and 6, no timeouts. You've got just under 2 minutes to play here in the first half, and it looks like Reneker is going to drop back in punt formation. No, he takes the snap. He looks left, and he overshoots Zane Norris. Had the right idea, just overshot 6'4" receiver. And so T.C.C. is going to turn the ball over on downs. Irish take over at the Fisher Catholic 46-yard line with 1:52 to play here in the first half.
Just a quick switch, too. No people going on and off the field. Same players lining up on offense, defense, just switching who has the ball.
That's a tough thing for these two-way players to kind of get yourself back into that defensive mindset. Some defensive players are a different animal. They're a different breed. Sometimes they're special. Let's say special.
Were you a defensive player?
I was not.
Yeah.
Kiefer gets the shotgun snap, now rolls right side. He throws it over the middle, pass broken up by Coda Schumacher. real close to being across the line of scrimmage, but incomplete pass. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 10 now.
Talked to some defensive players before, and they've told me that offensive linemen are a strange breed.
They are. I'd say there's some guys. There's defensive players are the kind that would say, if a coach says, "Hey, you see that brick wall right there? I need you to run through it," and they'd say, "When? Now? Okay, good." So. All right, snap back to Kiefer. Kiefer looking to the right. Now he's going to roll out to the right. He's got a man over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands of Jaden Morales. So had the right idea there, rolling out, and had the man coming across the middle of the field, but in and out of his hands. So 3rd and 10 now for Fisher Catholic. And I'll tell you what else this is hoping, Bill. Every incomplete pass is stopping the clock with no timeouts left. If you get another couple stops here, T.C.C. might get the ball back here before the second half.
This is where Fisher Catholic is most dangerous, though, 3rd and long.
You are correct. Both of their scores have come on 3rd and long situations, backed up. Kiefer takes the snap, rolls to the right, looking across the middle. He's got a man wide open. Right on cue, it is Hyde O'Reilly, and he is going to take it in for a touchdown. Bill, I think you had a self-fulfilling prophecy there. What a prediction by our own Bill Hammerstrom.
I'd like to apologize to all the Saints fans. But again, he just has too much time in the backfield. Some of the defensive linemen are getting knocked down. It's hard out there in this heat for those big guys to stay on their feet leaning against another 250-pound guy for 2 quarters of play. And he had plenty of time and found someone deep.
So Fisher Catholic now goes up 20-0, 1:29 to play. You have a Fisher Catholic player down after the play. I believe that is Hyde O'Reilly. Looks like a cramp. He's up and he's off the side of the field, so I think they're going to be able to play on and do the extra point. He's off the side of the field. It looks like a heat cramp, so Fisher Catholic now coming over to the sidelines. I think they sent both teams over for a injury timeout. We'll take a quick timeout before the PAT as well. 1:29 to play. 20-0 Fisher Catholic. Back with more right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
The T-County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T-County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T-County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
All right, back here at Tuscarawas Central Catholic High School, and the Saints have some digging to do to get out of a hole. Down 20-0 with a minute and a half to play here in the first half. Fisher Catholic lining up for a point after a sensational long touchdown pass right on cue, 3rd and long. It's been almost comical that every scoring strike has come at 3rd and long.
And it does look like Hyde O'Reilly's about to get up over there, so that's good. He's standing up on the sidelines. Looked like he had a cramp. He's walking on his own power, still limping a little bit, but he seems to be okay. It looked like he was stumbling a little bit during that catch as he raced to the end zone.
And the way that he is walking, kind of stiff-legged, that indicates those are some lower leg cramps. They used to call those shin splints and calf cramps, and very, very easy, especially for fast guys, to have that happen here in the heat. Still hot out here. I mean, I'd still say just a tick under 80 degrees here on field temperature. Snap is down, kick is up and good for Fisher Catholic. 21-0 Fisher Catholic here with 1:29 to play left here in the first half. We're going to take one more quick timeout here before the Central Catholic possession. Back with more action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Find Shaw's Pet Perfect styles at Williams Floor Covering, 98 South Worcester Avenue in Dover.
Saints lined up and ready to receive the kickoff. It's kind of do or die time now for the Saints with a minute and a half to go. No timeouts in the first half. Down 21-0. Saints do get the kickoff after halftime. So if you can put something together and score, takes a little bit of momentum into halftime, you get the ball. Not out of the realm of possibility for the Saints to come back in this ball game. So Owens has the ball teed up, ready to go. Kick is away. It's going to be fielded by one of the up backs. That is Colton Whitaker. Whitaker's going to take it across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Saints take over at their own 41 with 1:22 left to play here in the first half.
So it is a short field. They haven't had much luck passing the ball deep so far, but if they can work one of those sideline passes, maybe to Coda Schumacher, maybe you can break a couple tackles and get some yardage.
I would like to see one of the Norris young men try to get open across the middle, but before that, Fisher Catholic is going to take a timeout. 1:22 to play. Fisher Catholic with just one timeout remaining. We'll take one last quick timeout here in the first half. Fisher Catholic up 21-0 over T.C.C. Back with first half action right after this.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank. Visit them online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Saints come out of the timeout, taken by Fisher Catholic. Fisher, I think, had some personnel issues. They wanted to have the right guys on the field. You kind of knew what maybe was going to happen with TCC's offense, trying to get a quick score here before half with just a minute and 22 left to play before halftime. So I wanted to make sure you had the right personnel. Renneker shotgun snap. Short screen over to Carson Norris, and Carson Norris is going to rumble up to just shy of the 50-yard line, call it the 49-yard line, so pickup of about 7 yards. And just like I said, right on
you
cue.
called it Norris.
I said Carson and Zane Norris,
so
the two biggest
guys. You call
guys.
the Saints plays, and I will stop calling the Fisher plays.
So 49-yard line, clock running now, under a minute to play. And Saints might be content to just go into the locker room in no hurry. Renneker now takes the shotgun snap, back to pass, eludes a defender in the backfield. Now he's going to be wrapped up and drugged down in the backfield, about 8 yards deep in the backfield. So that's going to bring up third and 9, and with under 30 seconds to play, that might do it here. And there's about a 13-second differential on the play clock, so I think they are content, are the Saints, to just let the clock run out with just under 10 seconds to play. He's saying hold up. Nope, we're going to take one last snap, maybe one Hail Mary. Renneker back to pass, rolls out to the right-hand side. He keeps rolling. Now he's going to take it and run, and he's going to be across the 50-yard line, still on his feet, comes back and dropped it around the 45-yard line, and that's going to do it for the first half. Fisher Catholic up 21-0 at halftime over Central Catholic. Stick with us here for halftime, where we'll crunch some numbers for you. give you some stats along the way, a game recap or two, maybe, and give you our roadmap ahead for this week. Football coverage here on WJER. Stick with us. Back with our halftime report right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby for every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
So we are at halftime here from Central Catholic Stadium here, Art Tainer Stadium, here on the campus of Central Catholic High School, where Fisher Catholic up 21-0, and offensively for the Tuscarawas Central Catholic Saints, not a lot going on. You've gotten a couple sparks from Coda Schumacher, and Kenton Reneker, a quarterback, has been under a little bit of duress in the backfield. Not as bad as what it was last week at Conotton Valley, but obviously nothing to show for the offensive output so far for the Saints. Defensively, the Saints have done a great job at forcing third and long situations. The bad thing is those big plays on third and long have resulted in all three of the scores. 2 long pass plays by Fisher Catholic quarterback Grant Kiefer, and then a long run by Kiefer on a broken play that he was able to weave through the Saints secondary and go in for a score. Saints will receive the second half kickoff here after halftime, but Saints are going to definitely be looking offensively to try to get something going. Again, they've had some success with newcomer Coda Schumacher, 5'11", 155 senior, coming out of the backfield. Haven't seen a lot of Flynn Reneker in the backfield. He was the workhorse last week in Conotton Valley, so maybe a little bit more two-back sets, maybe trying to work a little bit more over the middle. Again, I would like to see Carson Norris and Zane Norris, 2 big-bodied receivers at 6'2" and 6'4" respectively, maybe try to work across the middle and get some 8-10-yard pickups along the way. So 21-0, Saints in the hole. We're going to take one quick timeout here at halftime. We'll be back about 16 minutes to kick off here for the second half, here on your sports voice of the Valley.
Katie, I don't know how you get to work so early, and you even have time to stop at McDonald's.
It's so quick with the McDonald's app. I order and pay from home, pull into the pickup spot, and they bring my food right out. Or I can just run in and grab it from the pickup area.
I always remember the app once I'm already at McDonald's.
But that's okay. Just use it when you order at the drive-thru or inside. Open the app, get your code, and you'll earn points toward free McDonald's food. Plus, the app is loaded with daily deals.
Suddenly I'm having a Big Mac attack.
That sounds good. I'll order it from my app.
The McDonald's mobile app. I'm loving it.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
Building a custom home may be the most important project you will ever undertake, and the process starts with choosing the right builder. When quality is a must, choose Mario Iono Construction. For nearly 5 decades, families just like yours have trusted Mario Iono Construction to build and remodel their homes, along with kitchens, bathrooms, remodeling and additions, garages, pole barns, and light commercial construction too. Contact Mario Iono Construction today, building quality homes since 1976. Proud supporters of our Tuscarawas County Central Catholic Saints.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Halftime here at Central Catholic, Tuscarawas Central Catholic. They are down 21-0 here. And Bill, it was a tough first half. It could have been worse, I think, for the Saints. If you look at some of the numbers, I was kind of just looking over some things, and Fisher Catholic really kind of dominating both sides of the ball, at least on paper.
They did. One of the hardest stats, I think, for the Saints would be that they only got 2 first downs in that first half, and one of them was on a 30-yard run by Coda Schumacher. He actually rushed for 40 yards in the first half there on 6 carries. The other side of the ball on offense, it was really just 3 plays by the Irish. It was a 61-yard touchdown pass by Grant Kiefer to Peyton Owens. It was a 40-yard touchdown run by Grant Kiefer, and it was a 45-yard touchdown pass from Grant Kiefer to Hyde O'Reilly. And the thing that they all had in common was they all came on 3rd and long. In a couple situations, it was 3rd and a mile. So earlier in the game, the Saints had been, I guess you would say, bending but not breaking. They got those 2 early turnovers, including an interception by Kenton Renneker. But then they just gave Grant Kiefer too much time on a couple of plays. 2 of them, he found his receiver deep, and then in the other one, he was able to weave through traffic and score on a long touchdown run. But again, Coda Schumacher, he did stand out in the first half, 40 yards rushing for the Saints.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he was the one lone spark for the Saints offense, but only 2 first downs, you said, in the first half. That's not going to cut the mustard. So that's got to be something, and it's kind of deja vu all over again for the Saints. Same thing that we saw out at Conotton Valley, that just no way to kind of get the rocket off the launch pad, so to speak, offensively.
One thing they do have going into halftime, and I'm sure the coaches are talking to them about it, they're saying, hey, guess what, Coda Schumacher, you're a running back. Hey, Zane Norris, you're a defensive end. They're figuring out where these players belong to make the best use of their athleticism.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think having some of the big guys back up front is helping. You do have a little bit of a push. You have seen the quarterback get flushed out of the pocket for Fisher Catholic a few times with pressure straight up the field. The bad thing is typically when he's been flushed out of the pocket, he's still been able to convert and find guys across the middle of the field. So everyone's kind of got to get on the same page here for the Saints in terms of the defensive secondary and the defensive rush. Flushing a guy, if you flush a guy out to the left, so to speak, you want your secondary to be able to adjust and say, okay, we know that the quarterback is being flushed out to the left, so ideally his receivers would want to adjust and flow naturally to the left-hand side. Defensively, that's where you could really start to jump routes and adjust your coverages. But something that I'm sure they're working on at halftime. Just over 10 minutes to play. 10 minutes until the resuming of play here in the second half. Saints to get the second half kickoff here.
One thing that both teams are going to be talking about at halftime is to clean it up a bit. There were a lot of penalties in that first half that made it difficult for either team to sustain any sort of drive. And if it weren't for those big plays by the Irish, they the penalties would have killed them. They just miraculously in 3 situations, 3 big plays that, 7 out of 10 times they don't happen, 3 out of 10 times they do, and those 3 times happened today here in this game.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a quick break now. When we come back, we'll give you some more thoughts on the first half and also give you, again, our roadmap going forward for our sports coverage this week here on WJER. Quick break here, just under 10 minutes until the start of the second half. Back with more halftime report here on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Hi, this is Dan Hostler at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
Subway is upping their game with the All-Star Subway Series menu.
Like number 16, the All-Pro Sweet Onion Teriyaki, a new twist on an old favorite.
Or number 18, the new Ultimate BMT with salami, pepperoni, and Black Forest ham, topped off with extra provolone.
And all of the new Subway Series subs are piled with cheese and fresh, tasty toppings.
I can't wait to try them all.
It's the Subway Series menu, Subway's tastiest menu yet.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Find Shaw's Pet Perfect styles at Williams Floor Covering, 98 South Worcester Avenue in Dover.
Jim and Susan Sexton invite you to stop in before or after the game to enjoy their famous homemade pizza and spaghetti sauce made from the original Pangrazio recipe. They also feature homemade spaghetti noodles, meatballs, and pizza dough made daily. Try the large special, a large pepperoni and cheese pizza, and large cheese sticks. Pangrazio's Pizza and Spaghetti House, open Tuesday through Sunday with 2 locations to serve you in downtown Denison and downtown Dover.
Hi, this is Dan Hostler at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
We're here at halftime. Tuscarawas Central Catholic trailing Fisher Catholic 21-0. We have another halftime score in Tuscarawas County. It's Strasburg trailing Steubenville Central Catholic 24-0. Just a scoreboard from yesterday. Run through some Friday night high school football scores in the area. Canton South over Dover 50-40. Steubenville beat New Philadelphia 29-14. Garraway 40, Waynedale 12. Tusky Valley 45, Fairless 14. Newcomerstown 27, Bellsville 0. Indian Valley beat Meadowbrook 47-16. Claymont winners over John Adams 60-0. Malvern beat Conotton Valley 28-0. Sandy Valley beat Manchester 49-13. Ridgewood over Riverview 57-6. And West Holmes 35, Orville 31. Again, our halftime score here, T.C.C. doesn't have a point on the board yet. They are trailing Fisher Catholic 21-0. And the other halftime score in Tuscarawas County, Strasburg trailing Steubenville Central Catholic. They are playing in Steubenville. Score there right now, 24-0. All right, we'll be back here with your second half of action as T.C.C. hosts Fisher Catholic right here on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Subway is upping their game with the All-Star Subway Series menu.
Like number 16, the All-Pro Sweet Onion Teriyaki, a new twist on an old favorite.
Or number 18, the new Ultimate BMT with salami, pepperoni, and Black Forest ham, topped off with extra provolone.
And all of the new Subway Series subs are piled with cheese and fresh, tasty toppings.
I can't wait to try them all.
It's the Subway Series menu, Subway's tastiest menu yet.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Find Shaw's Pet Perfect styles at Williams Floor Covering, 98 South Worcester Avenue in Dover.
Jim and Susan Sexton invite you to stop in before or after the game to enjoy their famous homemade pizza and spaghetti sauce made from the original Pangrazio recipe. They also feature homemade spaghetti noodles, meatballs, and pizza dough made daily. Try the large special, a large pepperoni and cheese pizza, and large cheese sticks. Pangrazio's Pizza and Spaghetti House, open Tuesday through Sunday with 2 locations to serve you in downtown Denison and downtown Dover.
Hi, this is Dan Hosler at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
The Eat Fresh Refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Find Shaw's Pet Perfect styles at Williams Floor Covering, 98 South Worcester Avenue in Dover.
Jim and Susan Sexton invite you to stop in before or after the game to enjoy their famous homemade pizza and spaghetti sauce made from the original Pangrazio recipe. They also feature homemade spaghetti noodles, meatballs, and pizza dough made daily. Try the large special, a large pepperoni and cheese pizza, and large cheese sticks. Pangrazio's Pizza and Spaghetti House, open Tuesday through Sunday with 2 locations to serve you in downtown Denison and downtown Dover.
Hi, this is Dan Hosler at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
The Eat Fresh Refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
21-0 is how we stand here at Art Tainer Field in New Philadelphia. Tuscarawas Central Catholic down to start the second half. Just over a minute to go before kickoff. And Bill, you got some extra little numbers that you were able to crunch for us during the break?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's compare the rushing totals for both teams. Fisher Catholic, 98 rushing yards. T.C.C. only 36. Pass yards, 163 for Fisher Catholic, only 15 for T.C.C. The penalties we were talking about, 7 for 55 for the Irish, 5 for 50 for the Saints.
Oof.
Fisher Catholic turned the ball over twice. T.C.C. turned it over once. Kiefer had 3 rushes for 61 yards and was 10 of 17 for 163 yards and 2 touchdowns. But most of those yards came on just those 3 third down plays. You remember his rush was 40 yards for the score, so 2 other carries were for 21. And then Hyde O'Reilly had 3 catches for 69 yards in that long touchdown pass. TCC again, Schumacher, 40 rushing yards on 6 carries. And Reneker, 5 for 9 for only 15 yards. Dubermuth had a catch for 10 yards for the Saints.
So just 51 yards of total offense now for the Saints. That's rough. That's not going to get it done. You're not going to win many games. I mean, spoiler alert: the field is 100 yards long. So if you've only got 51 yards of total offense,
you haven't made it very far.
Yeah, you might have made it halfway a couple times.
Hey, you know who made it pretty far today? The Tuscarawas Central Catholic girls volleyball team. They won 3 games to 2 over Fort Fry. Their statistical leader was, let's see, it's getting dark in here, man. How about Chloe Trivoli with 19 kills? Volleyball is a tough sport when your big stat is a kill.
It's an intimidating one.
Yeah.
And if it was me, I mean that's the one thing I would want to hang my hat on. You know, I had 35 kills. It would be really tough not to adopt the nickname Killer if you were a volleyball player, I think.
Absolutely. You could keep your statistics for the season, and you could keep your running total of Terminator kills in Terminators 1 and 2, and then say by game 5, I want to be ahead of Arnold Schwarzenegger as far as number of kills are concerned if I'm a volleyball player. We're talking about that because TCC won at volleyball today over Fort Fry, 3 games to 2, just a long game. The first set was 28-26, so they played a lot of volleyball this afternoon. Congratulations to the Saints volleyball team for that victory.
Yeah, we want to thank you for tuning in to our live stream here on YouTube. We want to invite you to stick with us all this week for our high school football and sports coverage. Join us Wednesday evening at 5:30 at Pancrazio's for our Gridiron Preview show. We'll have a last final bow on week 2 and then get you all set for week 3 of the high school football season. Join us for Domino's Football Friday night, 5:15 on Friday evening before the kickoffs of the games. Games on the air tonight. We have got 3 games that we are covering Friday night. You will see Dover travel to Indian Valley to take on the Braves. New Philadelphia will be hosting Worcester, and then our bonus IVC game live streamed on YouTube will be the Fairless Falcons traveling to take on the Claymont Mustangs. Join us for Domino's Football Friday Night Part 2 after the action, and then Sports Talk every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. We have got you covered for our biggest season of high school football ever. And we're underway here now in the second half. Long kick from Owens. That is taken by Dubermuth. He's going to be brought down inside the 20-yard line, so right on cue, a long field ahead of the Saints. Let's see what they can dial up here at the start of the second half.
Dubermuth, an athlete, kind of lost his footing there, walked the field a little bit before. There's some slushy spots out there, I'm sure, with the dew point right now, maybe getting a little slick.
It is a little squishy. I noticed that walking across the field. We parked across the field and kind of walked across, and there are some squishy areas. So 1st and 10 for the Saints. Ball on the 18-yard line. Reneker is going to keep it, and he is going to be dropped behind the line of scrimmage. A big loss on the play. That's going to be a loss of about 5 or 6 yards.
It's kind of hard to tell what was going on in the backfield there because it looked like he was either looking for someone to toss it to on that side or he was going to fake tossing it, but nobody was fooled. There were a couple of defenders waiting for him on the left side.
So it's going to drive him all the way back to the 11-yard line, 2nd and 17 now for the Saints. So not what you wanted on first down, and I think if I know Coach Casey Cummings, down 3 scores, he is going to be in 4-down territory no matter where they are. Now Reneker looking to try to get rid of the ball. He's able to get it off to Schumacher. Schumacher's going to turn the corner, and he's going to be horse collar tackled out of bounds at the 18-yard line, and Schumacher's shaken up a little bit. That is a dirty tackle, and that is why that has been outlawed.
I believe he had a face mask and a horse collar at the same time. Tough guy, though, there, Schumacher, getting up. And good catch by him, too. Stuck a hand up, brought it down, and avoided a couple tackles. He needed to make that to stop him from getting the end.
Because they only get a 5-yard face mask.
5-yard face mask. He wouldn't have brought him down without the face mask.
He would not. There was nothing but green grass ahead of Coda Schumacher. And without a handful of horse collar and face mask, he would still be celebrating right now. But in any event, after the penalty, it's just going to bring up 2nd and 6 now. Brings the ball out to the Central Catholic 23-yard line. Clock running, 10:40 to play. Inside handoff to Flynn Reneker. Flynn makes a couple guys miss. He's across the 30 for a first down. Good play for Flynn Reneker. He's going to pick up about 7 yards on that play.
Nice run to find some space in a play we hadn't seen yet. He was the short man in the backfield there.
Good inside run, kind of a veer option. Picks up 8. Brings them all the way out to the 32-yard line now. 1st and 10 for the Saints. And if the Saints can score here, it's all then up to the defense. Fakes left. He's going to keep it. Is Reneker. He takes it right up the middle. Good yardage gained on first down. It's going to be about 6 yards picked up.
I think that's what they were trying to do on the first play of this series, fake it one side, run the other, but he kind of faked it and ran it to the same side on the first play. That time he got it right, got some yards out of it.
So 2nd and 4 now for the Saints. Ball on their own 37-yard line. Snap back to Reneker. Now a pitch out to Schumacher. Schumacher's going to try to get the edge. Makes one guy miss, and a good form tackle on the outside by a Fisher Catholic defender. Looks like that's Owens. No, check that. That is Simon Messerly. Either way, a great form tackle. Schumacher's been pretty elusive on the outside edge and has been able to get those edges, but not that time.
Yeah, he's not going to sneak up on anybody anymore. They have an idea of what he's capable of, so they probably at halftime talked about that.
Loss of 2 on that play, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Ball on the 35-yard line now. Reneker in the shotgun is going to hand it off to Flynn Reneker. Flynn Reneker bounces it outside. He's got an opening. He's across midfield, across 45, and he's going to be brought down at about the 47-yard line. So great job by Flynn Reneker, and now Flynn Reneker, the freshman, is starting to get kicked in gear here in the second half.
And again, a different handoff than they were doing in the first half. They didn't hand it to the short man in that sort of pistol formation.
And I think that was designed to be an inside run as well, but good vision by Flynn Reneker, able to bounce it outside. So good pickup on first down, and it's going to take it all the way into Irish territory at the 42-yard line. Just under 8.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Saints down 21-0.
All runs so far.
Reneker flips it out right-hand side to Garrett Swaldo. He's bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to give him the line to gain, or maybe a loss of 1 on the play, but not much doing with the little screen pass over on the right-hand side.
First pass on the series. Before that, it was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, actually, they did have that pass play that ended with that face mask that we thought should have been a 15-yarder. So 2 passes, but the rest were runs that got them this far.
So handoff to Flynn Reneker, and nothing doing on this one. Flynn had 3 guys in his face right in the backfield, and that's going to be a loss of about 6 yards. So that's going to bring up third and call it 15 or 16 on that play.
Hyde O'Reilly, one of the players in the bottom of the pile there in the backfield for the Irish, having a great game from his defensive position and also top receiver in the game with that big touchdown.
So snap from the Irish 47, back in the pistol is Reneker. Now stoppage and play, Laundry on the field.
Another penalty flag.
And we have got everyone throwing flags.
Yeah, when the announcer says another game flag, you know that there have been a lot of them.
There has been a lot. And it's going to be a dead ball, and it's going to be a procedure penalty on the Saints. It was, and an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on Kenton Reneker. So that's his first unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Again, 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties results in a removal from the game. And now if you're into the second half, removal from the first half of the next game. So Kenton Reneker needs to keep his cool, so to speak, and keep his head. It's been a chippy game. I would say that the refs have been doing no favors to kind of keep the game under control with the way that they've allowed the play to continue after what I think would be the stoppage of play. Now there's a fumble. Reneker able to pick it up. He's rolling around to the right. He makes a couple men miss in the backfield. He's trying to get what he can, and he's able to get back up to about the 30-yard line, but that's going to be a loss of about 5 on that play to bring up 4th and half of Tuscarawas County.
You know, I was about to say 3rd and long. Maybe it could be a dangerous play for the Saints too, but didn't start off well with that low snap that hit the ground before it got to the quarterback, and Reneker did all he could to escape the first 2 guys, but there were 2 more guys waiting for him.
So it's going to bring up 4th and call it 34. 4th and 32. So Reneker back in punt formation. He's able to get it away. A good kick this time. Lands at about the 40, takes a T.C.C. bounce. And was it touched by a Fisher Catholic player? They're saying so. Zane Norris jumps on the ball at about the 35-yard line. They're saying it was touched by Fisher Catholic, but no indication so far.
You can see the Saints coaches on the sidelines. They want that ball. They're not happy with that call.
Change of possession. Fisher Catholic is going to take over. It was not touched by a Fisher Catholic player, so we are right at 6 minutes to play now with the change of possession. Fisher Catholic gets their first crack at the ball here in the second half. So a 6-minute drive to start the game for the Saints, and nothing doing, no points on the board.
I mean, it's a step in the right direction. They crossed midfield, but then again, penalties.
Penalties were a killer on that play, and negative plays. If it's something that you can say we're going to get an incomplete pass or we're going to get no gain, that's one thing. When you're losing 6 or 7 yards, that's quite another. Kiefer takes the snap, and another stoppage in play. I don't think the ready for delay a game on the offense. We can't see the play clock from our vantage point, but that's going to be a 5-yard penalty. It looked like Kiefer was trying to get under center quickly to try to get the snap, but to no avail. Pushes him back 5 more yards, 1st and 15. Ball spotted at the Fisher Catholic 31-yard line.
Looks like they were trying something different too, with all the guys bunched up right there in the center of the field. Just 2 wideouts on the right side. They're at it again.
Kiefer, shotgun formation. Hands it off, inside run for, is that O'Reilly? Yes, Ethan O'Reilly.
Kyle, there's a flag.
This flag in the defensive, right at about the line of scrimmage. It's another personal foul penalty, a face mask on the Saints. The penalty yardage continues to add up, and that's going to be another first down for the Irish.
See a couple Saints coaches with their hands on their head, not happy with that call, especially after an earlier face mask call that was 5 yards against the Saints. And this one's 15. 15-yard advance for Fisher Catholic.
Clock running now, 5:40 to play in the third quarter. Fisher Catholic up 21-0. Owens in motion, and there is another flag on the play. You're going to have a procedure penalty on Fisher Catholic. Back them up 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 from their own 45-yard line. Hey, we want to say thank you tonight to one of our scoreboard sponsors, Keim Lumber in Charm, Ohio. Keim is the destination and trusted source for your home, building, and woodworking needs. Visit in Charm today or online at keimlumber.com.
They're trading penalties out there, Kyle.
Absolutely. They'll just stay around midfield and just keep throwing flags and go 5 yards one way or the other. Shotgun formation. Kiefer has the ball, looking straight up the middle, makes a one-man miss, crosses midfield, and he's up to about the 46-yard line into Saints territory.
So he avoided a couple of guys. There was a substitution right before that play. Not sure if that made a difference in the middle of the field, but it was team captain Jamison Sedlock that came off the field limping there right before that play.
So it's going to be gain of 6, brings up 2nd and 8 now, and there's going to be a stoppage in play here. It looks like this could be an equipment thing, maybe a...
I hope not a contact lens, because that'll take a while to find out there. Mouth guard, maybe?
Someone lost the mouthpiece. There we go. So that is a mandated piece of equipment. No more leaving your mouth guard out. They can stop play to have you get a mouth guard if you've lost it, if you leave it on the sideline.
Ethan O'Reilly with the mouth guard recovery.
Guess what? We've got yellow hankies on the field. I think they're going to get the Saints for an offside penalty. Zane Norris getting a little antsy there from his outside linebacker position. Going to move him up 5 yards. So Saints now facing a 2nd and 4 here from the 44-yard line. Clock continues to run, just under 4.5 minutes here in the third quarter.
I think we have 5 penalties so far on this drive.
Inside handoff, ball's on the ground. Kiefer able to get on top of it. So no harm, no foul for the Irish, but it does bring up 3rd down. So it's going to be 3rd and about 6 now from the T.C.C. 46-yard line.
It's a manageable 3rd down play.
It is manageable.
As opposed to 3rd and a mile where they might go over the top.
They have been deadly on 3rd down. Are they going to be conservative now with a 3-score lead? Still a lot of time left to play, though, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. Fakes a handoff, rolls left. He's got a man open. That is Messerly over on the right-hand side. He picks up enough for a Irish first down.
That was a good play call.
And another flag on the play. This one comes very, very late. That has got to be something after the play, and it wouldn't shock me if it was some sort of an unsportsmanlike. Nope, just a sideline warning against the Saints.
First down yardage on the pass completion.
I was kind of find those funny. You know, about 3 or 4 years ago, they said we're not going to do sideline warnings anymore. That's not an official thing, but every referee still does it.
I just wonder what happened. Did they get too close and trip an official by accident? Or
I think it was more so something that might have been said to the official, and he was close.
Penalty.
So penalty flag on the end around by Owens. He's going to be ridden out of bounds at the 30-yard line, but let's see what the penalty flag is. I think it's going to be an illegal shift on Fisher Catholic. So a couple men in motion at the same time. Again, great if you're playing for the Edmonton Elks or the BC Lions, but not so much here in the States.
No, Northeast Ohio frowns on that sort of motion before the snap.
2 guys in motion at the same time equals a 5-yard penalty every time, and that's going to bring up 1st and 15. Ball spotted at the T.C.C. 39-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play here, third quarter. 21-0 Fisher Catholic up over Central Catholic.
7 penalties on this drive against both teams.
Whew. And that makes for a long game. Now, Kiefer rolls right. He's got a man open. That is Messerly again. Same play. Picked up the last first down. Gets him about 20 yards on this completion. Simon Messerly able to come down from the pass with the pass from Grant Kiefer. Picks up another first down for the Irish. Ball spotted just inside the 20, call it the 19-yard line.
I think after last week when they got burnt on those long runs after catch, the Saints have kind of switched to sort of a zone coverage out there, covering space instead of receivers. And the Irish are finding those spaces and attacking them.
Irish are definitely finding those soft spots in the intermediate routes. Now Kiefer back up under center. Sends a man in motion. That's Owens. Fakes the pitch to Owens. Now he's looking to run right up the middle. Nothing doing. Saints bottle him up right at about the 20-yard line. He's going to lose 1. Actually, he's going to push him back to a loss of about 4 yards on that play. So
Kenton Renneker again with the quarterback on quarterback tackle. He's made some good plays in the backfield. He's kind of a spy over there, and when he saw that Grant Kiefer was going to take off, he took off after him and stopped him in the backfield.
So 2nd and 12 now, 2.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Fisher Catholic looking to add to their lead. Saints looking to toughen up defensively. Try to keep it at a 3-score ball game. Man in motion now, and O'Reilly gets the handoff right off tackle. And he's going to gain about 5 or 6 yards before he's ridden down by a slew of Saints defenders. See where they spot it. Should be up around the 15-yard line. So pickup of about 8 yards. So it's going to bring up 3rd and call it 7.
Zane Norris helping with the tackle there and helping the guy up afterwards, trying to erase any bad feelings between the teams after some unsportsmanlike penalties.
Now Kiefer back in the shotgun, trips to the left, single coverage back to the right, looking for a screen pass. He's got a man over the middle. He's up to about the 10-yard line. Is that Morales that was able to corral that catch? So it's going to bring up 4th and about, call it 3 yards. Just a couple yard gain there. Irish, no doubt about it, it's going to go for it here, 4-down territory, down inside the red zone. Minute left to play here in the third quarter. It's been a quick-moving third quarter, although with all the penalties, there's a lot of stoppages. Now out of the shotgun, he's got a man wide open in the corner of the end zone. That's Hyde O'Reilly, so touchdown. Fisher Catholic Irish. They strike again with just under a minute to play here in the third quarter. 27-0 Fisher Catholic Irish.
On that play, the snap went directly to the running back, Owens, who threw the touchdown pass to Hyde O'Reilly.
It was just outside of the reach of the Saints defender. Sometimes, I'm not a real big fan of wildcat formations, but if you're going to do it, you have to eventually let that guy throw the pass, or else everyone's going to key in on him. Owens' kick is up and good. 28-0, 49 seconds to play here in the third quarter. 28-0 Fisher Catholic, Saints down. Receiving the kick right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
Back with more action here, and Central Catholic finds themselves in a 28-0 hole here. 49 seconds to play in the third quarter. And Bill, I just put 2 and 2 together here. The Saints are looking to get their first score of the 2023 campaign. Kickoff taken by Zane Norris. He's across to about the 30-yard line before he's brought down by a slew of Fisher Catholic defenders.
Fisher Catholic scored on a 64-yard drive, 8 plays, and a lot of penalties, moving them forward and backward on the field, but closing it out with that Wildcat touchdown pass from Peyton Owens to Hyde O'Reilly on a 4th down play.
So Central Catholic takes over on their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10. Now with 43 seconds left to play here in the third. Play getting signaled in by Coach Casey Cummings. Saints have 2 men wide to the right, 3 wide left. Renneker looking to pass. He's hit as he throws. Pass incomplete. Looking over on the right-hand side, looking for Zane Norris. Incomplete. Going to bring up 2nd and 10.
I think that play was designed to be a fast play, and he had trouble handling the snap and didn't get the ball out as quickly as he should have.
You can see Coach Cummings signaling in the plays there at the top of your screen. 2nd down and 10 from their own 29-yard line. Renneker back to pass. And now pocket collapses, and he is going to be taken down at about the 20-yard line. Loss of 10. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and call it 3rd and 20 now for the Saints.
He loaded up, looked like he was going to throw, but at the last minute decided to bring it down when that rush was right in his face there, including Caden Delliber, one of the players with the sack.
Thanks again to one of our scoreboard sponsors, TMK Valley Propane. When looking for a reliable local propane provider, choose TMK Valley Propane. Affordable, friendly, professional. Trust TMK Valley Propane. To learn more, visit online at tmkvalleypropane.com. And that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Central Catholic trails Fisher Catholic 28-0. Back with fourth quarter action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby. For every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
All right, back with fourth quarter action. We've got 36 minutes in the books, 12 more to go, and these Saints have yet to get on the scoreboard. 48-0 last week against Conotton Valley, down 28-0 now, and you really hope that the Saints are able to put something together. They had some promising things happen in their previous drive. This drive has been marred again by negative plays, so 3rd and 20 all the way back at their own 20-yard line now for the Saints. Flynn Reneker takes the direct snap. Flynn Reneker's going to load up, look to throw, brings it back across the middle. The ball falls incomplete. He was looking for Carson Norris across the middle.
Looked like he was looking deep, but there wasn't anybody really running a particularly deep route on that play. All their routes are within 15 yards of the line of scrimmage.
So looked like a little interesting. Again, a Wildcat play, but we're going to pass out of the Wildcat. So now it's going to bring up 4th and 20 from their own 20. 11:52 to play, just underway in the fourth quarter. Kenton Reneker back in punt formation, and he's going to uncork one. Lands at about the 35. It's going to bounce up across almost about the 39-yard line. So another short field for Fisher Catholic. They'll take over. 1st and 10 Irish from the 39-yard line. 29-0. 11:45 to play. Back with more action right after this.
The T County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
Fisher Catholic now takes the snap. Ethan O'Reilly is going to take it up across the line of scrimmage. They're going to give him probably a gain of 2. Not much doing in the middle, but keeps the clock running. And that's, I think, all Fisher Catholic is looking to try to do now here in the fourth quarter with a 4-score lead.
You can see the team's different approaches on defense. If you look at the Saints right now, they have 2 safeties way back, maybe 15, 20 yards off the line of scrimmage, whereas Fisher Catholic on defense, they keep everybody within about 10 yards of the line of scrimmage. That shows how they respect the quarterback.
And swing pass out to the right side. This is Owens. Owens stiff arms one guy and then steps out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. So good pickup, and that's going to be a first down for Fisher Catholic. Peyton Owens has been dangerous tonight for Fisher Catholic.
Absolutely, and you got to give some credit to the Irish today because they're coming in on about a 13-game losing streak, lost to a team last week that previous to that game had lost 21 in a row. So they are another team that has been struggling, working hard for a win today.
Kiefer gets a snap, hands it off to O'Reilly. O'Reilly is going to work the middle of the field, and he's going to get a few yards, gets up across, and now got an injured player. We got some more extracurricular activities, so looks like we've got an injured player on the field for the Saints. Cramps have taken hold again here in the heat, so we're going to take a quick timeout. 28-0 Fisher Catholic over Tuscarawas Central Catholic. 10:42 to play in the ballgame. Back with more action right after this on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Katie, I don't know how you get to work so early, and you even have time to stop at McDonald's.
It's so quick with the McDonald's app. I order and pay from home, pull into the pickup spot, and they bring my food right out. Or I can just run in and grab it from the pickup area.
I always remember the app once I'm already at McDonald's.
But that's okay. Just use it when you order at the drive-thru or inside. Open the app, get your code, and you'll earn points toward free McDonald's food. Plus, the app is loaded with daily deals.
Suddenly I'm having a Big Mac attack.
That sounds good. I'll order it from my app.
The McDonald's mobile app. I'm loving it.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby. For every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
And so Jamison Sedlock from Tuscarawas Central Catholic able to walk off the field. Again, looks like some cramps taking hold for Mr. Sedlock. But in any event, 10:42 left to play here from Art Tainer Field here on the campus of Tuscarawas Central Catholic High School. Saints down 28-0. Clock running, fourth quarter. Fisher Catholic on the move. Got the ball on the T.C.C. 22-yard line. Under center is Kiefer. Now pitch fumbled. And it looks like O'Reilly's able to fall back on top of it, so they're going to lose a few yards on the bad exchange, but able to keep.
I don't think there was a fumble on the play. I believe that their flag that they're throwing to mark a fumble is about a bright orange color that sort of looks yellow, and you see it flying across the field.
And that is a common thing people see. I've always wondered why they don't make it something more distinct, something maybe like blue. But in any event, that's just to mark where the ball came out.
How about just the hat? Throw the hat. I like that in the NFL.
Snap back in shotgun. Makes one-man miss. Kiefer is going to throw across the middle, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Messerly. So that's going to bring up fourth down now with the ball on the 27-yard line of Tuscarawas Central Catholic. 9:37 left to play here in the ball game.
Colton Whitaker got a hand out there to deflect that pass and allow it to fall incomplete.
So big fourth down play here now for Tuscarawas Central Catholic. Like to try to get them off of the field, but this is where they have been dangerous tonight.
Still have those safeties back.
Looking down the left side of the field, he's got a man open. That is Morales, Jaden Morales. So again, fourth and long. You've got 4th and 11. Fisher Catholic able to convert on 4th and long. Another big first down for the Saints defense that they have given up tonight.
You can see what's happening out there. The Saints are staying back because they don't want to get burned deep, keeping everything in front of them, but it's allowing for some of those out routes to be successful for Fisher Catholic.
Thanks again to one of tonight's scoreboard sponsors, Cleveland Clinic, Union Hospital. Quality care close to home. Visit clevelandclinic.org and click on locations to learn more about Cleveland Clinic, Union Hospital. There's a pass now. Snap back to the right. That's going to be an inside handoff to Morales, and Morales is going to walk into the end zone. Kind of a veer reverse. A little bit of misdirection on that, but nothing too complicated. Another touchdown for Fisher Catholic, and now, Bill, after a 34-0 lead, we are now into running clock territory. So there will not be any more stoppages of play, stoppages of clock, unless there is a change of possession.
So it's going to run through the penalties.
It is going to run through the penalties.
And now they're going to stop having penalties. So.
It is going to run also now for the extra point attempt by Owens. Snap down. Hold is good. Kick is up and good. 35-0 now. Saints down. 8:37 to play. Back with more action right after this on your Sports Voice of the Valley.
Anyone can improve their balance, hand-eye coordination, discipline, footwork, endurance, and cardio with boxing classes at the T County Boxing Academy on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia. Stop in, call, or text to get the same animal and 5% nutrition sports supplements used by pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan, featuring the all-new 5% pre-workout RTD known as Kill It. Follow the T County Boxing Academy on Facebook for training videos and product reviews. The T County Boxing Academy, where serious athletes train.
Whether you're looking for a little extra income on the side or an exciting full-time career with endless potential for advancement, our local McDonald's has an opportunity for you. Flexible schedules, competitive pay, fun perks, and a supportive team environment are all part of the package. A job at McDonald's is one of a kind, just like you. Wherever you are in life, you can find a meaningful career at McDonald's, and it comes with a side of whatever makes you happy. Apply online at mcdonalds.com today.
35-0 with 8:37 left to play here from Tuscarawas Central Catholic High School. Kyle Menace joined by Bill Hammerstrom for WJER Radio, and we want to thank you for tuning in to our YouTube live stream tonight. It's made possible by some of our scoreboard sponsors: Keim, TMK Valley Propane, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, First National Bank of Denison, and Ferris Chevrolet Toyota. If you're thinking about a new car, truck, van, or SUV, think Ferris. Inventory is arriving on the lot daily, and a Ferris wheel is waiting to give you the Ferris deal. Start shopping now online at thinkferris.com. Kickoff taken back at about the 15-yard line by Flynn Reneker. Now he advances it up to about the 30. He's going to be taken down over the 35-yard line, still on his feet, fighting for extra yardage. They might give him a couple more yards up to about the 36-yard line, but clock is running now. Bill, not much you're able to do now once you get into that running clock scenario, because this last 8 minutes will go very, very quickly for the Saints.
Absolutely. Fisher has scored their fifth touchdown on a 7-play, 39-yard drive, aided by that 4th and long conversion, and finally scoring on that touchdown run with some misdirection in there. A 14-yard run for the score by Morales.
No hurry yet for the Saints. Running clock down now, under 8 minutes to play.
Flynn Reneker lined up at quarterback.
I was just going to say, Flynn Reneker at quarterback. And there's a delay of game penalty now on the Saints. That's going to back them up 5 yards. Clock still running, even through penalties now, once you get over 30 points. So 1st and 15 now. Ball spotted at their own 32-yard line. Flynn Reneker gets the pass. He unloads and goes deep down the middle of the field, and he's got a receiver. That is Garrett Swaldo. Swaldo makes a man miss. He's got one guy to beat, and he's able to be tripped up. Swaldo's tripped up inside the 5-yard line. Big pass for Flynn Reneker all the way down the field to Garrett Swaldo.
Flint looks like he's got a big arm, and that's probably why he's in there, because they want to work the ball downfield. Able to get that ball out to Garrett Swaldo, who made a couple people miss. And if it weren't for a couple of stumbles, he would have got into the end zone.
And so 1st and goal now from about the 5-yard line, call it the 4-yard line. And these Saints... Sideline interference called on Fisher Catholic. So this is not a warning. This means that someone on the sidelines actually made contact with someone on the field. That's a half a distance to the goal penalty. So not much in terms of the actual yardage, only about a 2-yard penalty. But 1st and goal now. Flynn Reneker hands it off to Carson Norris. Inside handoff, and there's a touchdown for the Tuscarawas Central Catholic Saints. Their first of the season, and it goes to big Carson Norris. Good job for a senior graduating kid, and he's able to get in for the first touchdown of the year.
Really a nice little run there, but really set up by that incredible play before that, the touchdown. We had a big pass from Flynn Reneker to Garrett Swaldo, and that play went for 63 yards plus the penalty to set up that short run there by Carson Norris.
And so Kenton Renneker now on for the PAT, and that is blocked, so PAT is no good. Score stands at 35-6, 6:04 to play. Back with more second half action right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
Wood Electric has been trusted with all of your electrical needs for over 30 years. They're the place to call for industrial, commercial, and residential work. Wood Electric is available 24 hours a day and ready to help with any electrical problem, outage, or installation. Wood Electric, serving Tuscarawas County and beyond since 1988. Like Wood Electric on Facebook or find them online at woodelectric.net.
There are a lot of steps between conceiving, carrying, and cradling your baby. No matter what stage of motherhood you're in, our team at Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital will be there every step of the way. From your first visit to your first baby, we provide expert care right in the Tuscarawas Valley. Our team partners with each patient to create a custom birthing plan, ensuring the comfort and health of you and your baby. For every care in the world. To learn more or schedule an appointment, visit unionhospital.org/motherhood.
35-6 now is our score. 6:04 to play, and Bill, we are now back under a 30-point lead, just a 29-point lead for Fisher Catholic, so back to traditional timing rules. Clock is stopped now, and they will be traditional timing rules in place. Kickoff by Kenton Renneker, taken by Owens. Owens crosses the 30, gets up to about the 35, reverses his course. Now he's looking to try to shake two more defenders, gets across the 35, up to about the 37-yard line, and that's where Fisher Catholic is going to take over with 5 minutes and 50 seconds left to play in the ballgame.
Kyle, that was just a two-play, 63-yard drive by the Saints, capped off by that Carson Norris 1.5-yard touchdown run. Of course, the big play was that big, I guess we're going to go with 65-yard pass play. That was from Flynn Renneker down to Garrett Swaldo. So you got two Rennekers playing quarterback today.
Yes.
Interesting what that means for the future of the quarterback position and for the Saints.
Yes, you've got Kenton that is a senior, and then you've got Flynn that's a freshman. Handoff inside to O'Reilly, and he is taken down right at the line of scrimmage. And that is big Casey Green. He won our Player of the Game award last week for the Conotton Valley game for his pressure up front. So dropped for no gain on first down.
Those linemen have been working hard all night. When you go both ways in this kind of heat, leaning up against some of those big guys for the other team for the entire game, that's got to wear you out.
Brutal. And it looks like Flynn Renneker was able to, looks like he drew some contact. There's going to be an offsides penalty on Central Catholic. No. They're going to say he was drawn offside, so false start by Fisher Catholic. Hey, we want to say thank you again to one of our scoreboard sponsors tonight, the First National Bank of Denison. Say hello to your dream home with a mortgage loan from the First National Bank of Denison. You can start the process online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Snap back, takes it to O'Reilly. O'Reilly makes a man miss. He's able to get about 5 yards up across the 45-yard line. Picks up the penalty yardage and then some. Picks up about 12 yards on the play. That's going to set up third and a manageable 2. So 3rd and 2 now for Fisher Catholic.
No change for the Saints defense, so they're still lining up those safeties deep. They don't want to give up any big plays, and they're continuing with that coverage, keeping everything in front of them.
3rd down and 2. Fisher Catholic on their own 46-yard line. Snap back handoff to O'Reilly. O'Reilly's got the first down yardage and then some. He's across midfield. First down, Fisher Catholic Irish.
Carson Norris with the tackle on that play. O'Reilly hit the ground hard on that one.
First and 10 now for the Irish just on the Tuscarawas Central Catholic side of the 50-yard line. Under center is Kiefer. Kiefer's going to hand it off to O'Reilly. A steady dose of Ethan O'Reilly to start off this series. Picks up about 3 yards on the carry. It's going to bring up 2nd and 7. Ball spotted at the Central Catholic 46-yard line. 3.5 minutes to play here in the ball game. Central Catholic down 35-6. They were able to get on the scoreboard their last series, though. Handoff to Ethan O'Reilly. Initially bottled up. Now he's able to fight forward for a few yards. He's going to fall forward and be just shy of the first down. That's going to bring up 3rd and call it 3rd and 1. A long one at the 41-yard line.
Not an official running clock, but they're doing a pretty good job of running the clock themselves with these run plays up the middle.
Yes, down under 3 minutes to play here in the ball game now. Time running out for the Saints.
When you're trying to run the clock out, these are the kind of plays you want. You want first down, second down, third down. You want to take 3 downs to get the first.
I formation stacked up behind Kiefer, and now just a quarterback sneak. He's able to get it across the 40-yard line, able to convert on a first down. For Fisher Catholic, so clock keeps running. First down. I was watching the Notre Dame game today, the first college football game of the season. The new clock rules in place for college football. No more stoppage of the clock on first down, so college football is moving a little bit quicker this year in 2023.
Good day for the Irish here and there.
Exactly. Handoff to the up back now in the I formation. Nothing doing really there. So that was O'Reilly lined up as the up man, fullback.
If you're going to try that play, might as well try it now because those are some big guys in the middle there for the Saints, and they're not going to allow a fullback to get through the line at all.
That would make, and now with just a minute and a half to play with second down, I think you've got enough time on the clock. They're going to let the clock tick down. 30 seconds left on the play clock. I think you're going to be able to take a couple knees. They're in the victory formation. So let's see here. About 15 seconds left on the game clock. 1:15 left on the game clock. So right in sync, right about a minute differential between the two. Kiefer takes a knee at exactly a minute to play. We're going to reset the play clock at 40 seconds. And that's going to just about do it.
Saints at least avoided the running clock. They got that final score, first touchdown of the game, and I think they learned some things about themselves today, and they learned some things about the players that they have on the team. Some of the newcomers that came in, what they're capable of, if we are specifically talking about Garrett Swaldo, Coda Schumacher, Dylan Doomermuth, a bunch of guys who came in and showed that they have athleticism and can contribute on this team.
Absolutely. Tough to get acclimated all in 1 week, especially guys that maybe have never played football. So about 10 seconds left to play here. That is going to run out. And Fisher Catholic is going to come in and take their first victory of the season. Central Catholic falls to 0-2 on the year. 35-6 our final score. Stick with us. We'll give you some post-game analysis right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
Building a custom home may be the most important project you will ever undertake, and the process starts with choosing the right builder. When quality is a must, choose Mario Iono Construction. For nearly 5 decades, families just like yours have trusted Mario Iono Construction to build and remodel their homes, along with kitchens, bathrooms, remodeling and additions, garages, pole barns, and light commercial construction too. Contact Mario Iono Construction today, building quality homes since 1976. Proud supporters of our Tuscarawas County Central Catholic Saints.
TMK Valley Propane is embracing remote tank monitors. Are you tired of going outside to check your propane tank or forget to order your propane on time? TMK Valley Propane now provides reliable remote tank monitoring technology. Let TMK Valley Propane take the worry away, provide timely delivery, and never run out of propane again. Thank you for your trust in TMK Valley Propane.
All the way with TMK, service with a personal touch.
In the rolling hills of Holmes County, we tend to do things a bit differently. At Kime, we're in the business of uncommon experiences, and we're here to care for your project like we care for our own. We believe that quality matters and want to help you get it right the first time, because your project deserves it. So visit Kime Home Center, your source and destination for all things home, building, and woodworking. Kime, built on trust since 1911.
Hi, this is Dan Hostel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia. When you're behind the wheel of a new Chevrolet Silverado, it's all about adventure, performance, and durability. Whether you're working, tracking down the trails, or heading to the lake, Silverado gets it done by combining comfort, function, and style. Ferris has a great selection in stock and on the lot, with savings and incentives up to $5,750 or interest rates as low as 1.9. Make it a summer to remember in your new Chevrolet. See a Ferris wheel at Ferris Chevrolet on the Wabash in New Philadelphia.
Restrictions and qualifications apply. See dealer for details.
So the Central Catholic Saints fall to 0-2 on the campaign after a 35-6 loss hosting Fisher Catholic. Fisher Catholic getting their first win of the 2023 campaign. Nice to see the Saints able to crack the end zone after a long pass from Flynn Reneker down to Garrett Swaldo, and then the senior Carson Norris able to rumble in for the first touchdown of the 2023 campaign. Saints struggled on offense up until that drive, though. Not much doing in terms of total offense, just 51 yards of total offense in the first half. Able to open it up a little bit. Flynn Reneker taking over at quarterback from his brother Kenton, and really kind of maybe a little bit stronger arms, so Flynn Reneker able to unload a few passes. Some holes that still need to be filled for the Saints, but Bill, I think some of these newcomers that have only had 5 days of practice, really only 1 full day of contact practice, I think some of these players by week 7, 8, 9 are going to be a little bit more acclimated, and this might be a different Saints team.
Absolutely, and if you watched them throughout the day, you saw some of those players grow from the beginning of the game to the end of the game. You saw a guy like Coda Schumacher figure out to go around the corner there, that he had the speed to make it around the end. You saw Flynn Reneker obviously come in there at quarterback. You saw Dylan Dumermuth start to make some plays. You saw Zane Norris find his position at defensive end, listed as a wide receiver, defensive back in your program. So a lot of players throughout the week they practiced, and today wasn't a practice, but it was an opportunity for them to learn where they fit in on this team and to learn what they can contribute to the Saints offense and defense.
Absolutely. It's now time to name our Subway Player of the Game. Every game that we do here on WJER, we are proud to award our Subway Player of the Game. The Fitzgerald family has been a wonderful sponsor for a lot of years, and the Subway Player of the Game has been a hallmark of our WJER coverage for a lot of years. And for our decision for our Subway Player of the Game, Bill has been cracking some numbers and looking at some things, and I think we've come up with a name. Who is going to be our Subway Player of the Game for the Central Catholic Saints?
Well, Cal, there's a lot of players who contributed today. You have Carson Norris, who scored the first touchdown of the season for the Saints on that short run in the fourth quarter, and his name was also called throughout the game. You have Zane Norris, who we talked about a lot on defense at that defensive end point. You had Garrett Swaldo catching that long pass from Flynn Reneker, who threw that one long pass. That was about a 64-yarder to set up the touchdown run. by Carson Norris. But one player that we talked about a lot in the first half, who learned his position on the field, who showed some ability to find the corner on offense, and he did rush for 40 yards in the first half of this game, even though the Saints weren't able to score. But he provided a spark for the team. That was Coda Schumacher, the senior running back who found his position in the backfield and was able to turn the corner several times, had a big run of 30 yards in the first half, and was a consistent offensive presence for the Saints. So our Subway player of the game is Coda Schumacher.
All right, congratulations to Coda Schumacher, our Subway player of the game. We're going to take one last break. We'll be back with our final thoughts and give you our roadmap ahead for what's coming up for WJER Sports this next week. Back with our game close right after this on your sports voice of the Valley.
The Eat Fresh refresh just won't stop. Now Subway is refreshing their catering with easy order platters and box meals perfect for any occasion. Start with sandwich or wrap platters. They're loaded with craveable crowd pleasers to feed your crew without all the work. Or try individually packaged box meals featuring a tasty 6-inch sub, footlong, or wrap, plus chips and a freshly baked cookie. When you have a group to feed, make it fun, delicious, and easy with catering from Subway. Visit Subway.com to place your catering order. Advance notice may be required.
The T-County Boxing Academy is the area's #1 training center for those who are serious about boxing. Serious athletes know that everything they put into their bodies affects their workouts, which is why the T-County Boxing Academy offers the industry's best supplements at the best prices for the best workouts possible, including brands like 5% Nutrition. Try their real food protein with low glycemic carbs. If you want to train like the pros, use the supplements pro boxer Sugar Dre Donovan of Urixville uses. Available at the T-County Boxing Academy, located on East High Avenue in New Philadelphia.
We love our pets. Accidents and messes included. Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect Carpet helps you love confidently with protection from everyday messes and odors. Designed with the whole family in mind, Pet Perfect features built-in protection from staining, fading, and pet hair. Make tails wag with Shaw Floor's Pet Perfect. Designed for you, perfect for your pet.
Find Shaw's Pet Perfect styles at Williams Floor Covering, 98 South Worcester Avenue in Dover.
The First National Bank of Denison is proud to be your locally owned community bank. As a community bank, they're also proud to be a sponsor of today's game. Supporting local high school athletics is just one way the First National Bank gives back to the schools and communities that have helped make them successful. The First National Bank of Denison, proud to be your locally owned community bank. Visit them online at fnbdenison.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
So the Central Catholic Saints fall to 0-2 on the 2023 campaign. A 35-6 loss in their home opener to Fisher Catholic. Again, congratulations to our Subway player of the game, Coda Schumacher, 5'11", 155-pound senior running back, playing in just his first game after about 5 days of practice. So, again, Central Catholic falls to Fisher Catholic, 35-6. We want to thank you for tuning in on our YouTube channel. We want to invite you to tune in and listen to all of our sports coverage this next week. Wednesday night, our Gridiron Preview Show at 5:30 from Pangrazio's in downtown Dover. Domino's Football Friday Night Part 1 at 5:15. Before the ball games this week that we are covering, Dover traveling to Indian Valley to take on the undefeated Braves. New Philadelphia hosting Worcester in the start of OCC play. And our IVC bonus game streamed live on YouTube will be the Claymont Mustangs hosting Winless Fairless. So that is what's coming up, and then stay with us after all of the games for Domino's Football Friday Night Part 2 and Saturday morning for Sports Talk at 9 o'clock. That's going to just about do it for us from Art Tainer Field here at Central Catholic High School. For Bill Hammerstrom, this is Kyle Menace saying thank you for watching and listening to WJER Sports.
You've been watching high school football action with the Tuscarawas Central Catholic Saints with WJER. Special thanks to our scoreboard sponsors, Keim in Charm, Ohio, TMK Valley Propane, Cleveland Clinic Union Hospital, Ferris Chevrolet Toyota, and the First National Bank of Denison. The player of the game was brought to you by our local Subway restaurants. Your play-by-play coverage was also made possible by Wood Electric, the T-County Boxing Academy, Williams Floor Covering, Mario Iono Construction, and McDonald's. For the best high school football coverage all season long, keep an eye on WJER, the sports voice of the Valley.